Chapter 122. After a while, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a new skill, wishful shrinking. When the system's voice ended, only then did Wang Mang recover from his stupor. After regaining his senses, Wang Mang was overjoyed. He actually obtained a skill, and it was the wishful shrinking skill. To be honest, this skill had appeared a few times, and Wang Mang had always wanted to obtain it. However, Wang Mang had never obtained it, and had brushed past this skill a few times. Also, this wishful shrinking skill was too practical. Imagine, if the Tree Demon King had this skill, Wang Mang might have really lost it. Imagine, if he was being chased, and Wang Mang instantly turned into a small python, how awesome would that scene be? Moreover, once he had this skill, Wang Mang would no longer have to worry about his huge body size. Because, as Wang Mang's body size increased, he realized that it was harder to hide. In fact, it could even be said that Wang Mang had been hiding all over the place. Ever since his body size increased, he didn't dare to show his face. Because, once Wang Mang showed his face, it would cause an uproar. But now, with this skill, Wang Mang could play happily again. He didn't have to worry about his huge body size anymore. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood instantly brightened. He was very satisfied with the lottery this time, because out of all the skills, this was the one he wanted the most. As for the invisibility skill, Wang Mang didn't think it was useful. So what if he could become invisible? Could he rely on invisibility when fighting? But invisibility didn't mean that he would disappear completely. Everyone would be able to see him if he made any movements. Moreover, his body size was so huge, invisibility wouldn't be of much use. Unless there were times when he could hide in water, but his body temperature couldn't disappear. It could be said that even if he was invisible, some thermal sensors would still be able to sense Wang Mang's existence. Therefore, among the three skills, Wang Mang wanted to get his wishful shrinking the most. Other than that, out of the three techniques, the one he wanted the most was riding the cloud. After all, who didn't dream of flying? This was the work of an immortal. Although Wang Mang wanted to, he knew it was impossible, because, according to his understanding of the system, there was no way the system would allow him to obtain such a good divine ability so easily. After all, he was not even invincible on the ground, let alone in the sky. Therefore, although Wang Mang had thoughts about the mystique, he was already mentally prepared and knew that the possibility of obtaining it was not high. Well, it's just like the lottery. You just have to look at the prizes when you win the big prize. At the same time, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Rui became smaller. The skill has been granted. Wishful shrinking. After use, it can shrink the host's body to 1/20th of the host's original size. After listening to the system's explanation, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel happy. If that was the case, he could shrink down to 3 meters from his current size of 60 meters. If it was 3 meters, wasn't it the same size as a few months ago when he hadn't obtained the system? Thinking of this, Wang Mang was very happy. He felt that he could play freely. Similarly, he could also be very free. He could also appear near his reservoir during the day. After all, with a length of 3 meters, he didn't have to worry about being noticed at all. All he had to do was lie down in the bushes, and he would be able to hide. The more Wang Mang thought about it, the more excited he became. The emotions in his heart were simply indescribable. At the same time, Wang Mang couldn't help but immediately use the skill. He said in his heart, wishful shrinking. In the next moment, Wang Mang's body, which was originally as huge as a monster, instantly turned into a small python that was 3 meters long. In the cave, Lil Thing, who was hugging a kite and eating it, jumped up immediately as if it had seen a ghost. Lil Thing looked around in a daze. Even the spicy strips in its claws fell to the ground. Then, Lil Thing saw Wang Mang, who was only 3 meters in size, and scratched its head with its claws in confusion. Lil Thing hurriedly went up and sniffed Wang Mang for a while before confirming that this little guy was its companion. But what made Bro Flattop very confused was, how did his super-huge companion become so small? Thinking of this, Lil Thing, who was very confused, couldn't help but use its claws to scratch Wang Mang's snake head. However, it was sent flying by the tail. Lil Thing was in a sorry state. It rolled a few times on the ground before it crawled up. At this point, Lil Thing was sure of Wang Mang's identity. There was no doubt that he was its companion, because, in Lil Thing's impression, Wang Mang's temper had always been very irritable. On the contrary, if Wang Mang's temper wasn't irritable, Lil Thing would be suspicious. At the same time, Wang Mang didn't pay attention to Lil Thing. Seeing that it was already dawn outside the nest, Wang Mang didn't care at all. He moved his body excitedly and rushed out of the nest. Obviously, Wang Mang was going to go out and have some fun. Now that he was small, he could play freely again. Seeing Wang Mang leave the nest, Lil Thing hurriedly followed him. At this moment, outside the cave, the heavy downpour finally stopped in the sky. One must know that this heavy rain had been falling continuously for many days. Fortunately, before dawn, the heavy rain that had been falling continuously for several days had stopped. Therefore, the sky was now clear, the sun was bright, and the breeze was just right. Wang Mang was in a good mood as he moved his body and rushed toward his own reservoir. After all, Wang Mang was still a person who liked to be lively. However, after becoming a giant python, he couldn't do anything. After all, a giant python would be lonely after a long time. Perhaps all the strong were destined to be lonely. However, Wang Mang still didn't like it and wanted to live a primitive life. As for the other lottery, Wang Mang wasn't in a hurry at all. He wanted to take it slow. He hadn't had a chance to test his strength yet. Moreover, Wang Mang didn't have to worry about the evolution. He now had a two-fold evolution card. He only needed to get 800 million evolution points. When the time came, he would accept the system's reward mission. As for entering a bustling city again? To be honest, Wang Mang didn't have this thought. Perhaps he could enter a bustling city with his father. What if he was bullied? What if someone was against him? He couldn't possibly transform back into his original form and kill the other party, right? Moreover, in a bustling city, it wasn't good for his development. In a bustling city, where would there be a pig farm specially provided for him? A large bustling city was indeed lively, but it wasn't good for Wang Mang to be free and active. Right now, it could be said that this was the best result. It was much more convenient to become small again. Although after becoming small, his strength would be a lot weaker, but Wang Mang could transform back at any time. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be high-spirited. At the same time, Wang Mang also rushed towards the reservoir. Not long after, Wang Mang suddenly saw that in a forest near the reservoir, there was actually someone. He saw a beautiful woman quietly squatting behind the bushes. To be honest, Wang Mang didn't know either. Why was she squatting there? Then, how did Wang Mang confirm that the other party was a girl? The main thing was that in his line of sight, that Snow White but was a bit eye-catching. Chapter 123. At this moment, behind the bushes, little Sue, who had a happy expression on her face, lifted her skirt after she was done with her business. After standing up, she looked around with a guilty conscience. Then, Xiao Su inadvertently saw Bro Flattop and Wang Mang. Ah, there's a snake. Frightened, Xiao Su's face turned pale. She hurriedly ran out of the jungle. She didn't know how many times she had seen a snake. She didn't expect that there would be a snake staring at her from behind when she was relieving herself. After the beautiful woman left his sight, Wang Mang came back to his senses. Did I see something I shouldn't have? After coming back to his senses, Wang Mang opened his snake eyes wide. He was stunned. Vaguely, Wang Mang didn't know what he saw. Oh no, he didn't see anything. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was a little speechless. He didn't expect to see a beautiful woman as soon as he came out. If it was before he became a python, Wang Mang would be very happy. Because in this situation, it proved that he had been lucky in love recently. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was in a good mood. He moved his body toward the bank of the reservoir. But what made Wang Mang even more speechless was that this confused little thing went to the place where the beautiful woman was squatting. After sniffing for a while, the little thing hurriedly continued to follow behind Wang Mang. Just as Wang Mang was about to reach the bank of the Huanshan Reservoir, he saw a man and a woman looking for something in the jungle. Among the man and woman, the woman was dressed very sexily with heavy makeup. The man was a little thin, as if he had been squeezed dry. At this time, the woman in high heels couldn't help but complain, "Are you kidding me? How can there be a snake here?" Hearing this, the man said helplessly, "There must be one. Besides, it's not easy to buy one. Besides, it's so expensive to buy a non-poisonous snake. Are you willing to pay for it? It's okay. We'll look for it for a while." Who the hell knows that the bosses nowadays are so perverted? They actually want to watch snakes drill holes. Moreover, it has to be thick enough. It has to be at least as thick as a fist. The girl with heavy makeup couldn't help but curse. These people are simply perverts. Last time, you made me perform a wine bottle stopper. This time, you actually want me to perform a snake burrowing into a hole. The young man couldn't help but comfort her. All right, just bear with it for the sake of money. If it weren't for the money, who would be willing to serve these perverted bosses? Nowadays, these bosses don't like to watch dramas anymore. It's hard to make money if you don't come up with something new. Hearing this, the girl with heavy makeup became even angrier. Are you a man? If you had some ability, would I be so cheap? The man's heart sank and he thought to himself, if it weren't for the fact that I need you to help me make money, I would have dumped you long ago. Of course, the man thought so in his heart, but his tone was gentle. Don't worry, I'll marry you in the future. I don't care about those things at all. After we perform the loose snake burrowing into a hole, we'll probably have enough money to buy a house. By then, I'll definitely marry you grandly. As he spoke, the man inadvertently saw Wang Mang and his eyes lit up. I got it. It's this python. As he spoke, the young man hurriedly ran towards Wang Mang. When he got closer to observe Wang Mang for a while, he became even more excited. You're the one. At the same time, the man had already taken out the snakeskin bag and was ready to make a move on Wang Mang. At the same time, Wang Mang had been listening for so long, so of course, he also heard the content of their conversation. When he found out that the identity of the two people was actually the emperor, Wang Mang was already very speechless. However, when he saw that the man was actually coming towards him, Wang Mang was even more furious. Damn it! You want me to perform a snake burrowing into a hole with you? F***ck. Your grandpa. How the F***ck do you dare to do that? Do you know how big my body is? Wang Mang was infuriated. He never thought that this B***** would actually dare to have ideas about him. Moreover, he wanted to use him to do some indescribable things. Of course, although Wang Mang was very angry in his heart, he was still very angry. However, the man suddenly did not feel it. He excitedly sized up Wang Mang, and the more he looked, the happier he became. In his heart, he had already regarded Wang Mang as the male lead of his live broadcast tonight, because Wang Mang's body size was just enough to satisfy the fetishes of those perverted bosses. Similarly, his girlfriend would also be able to handle it. Just as he was about to reach out to grab him, the flat-top bro beside him roared and rushed forward. When he saw the flat-top bro rushing towards him, the young man instantly panicked. His attention was previously on Wang Mang, and he did not expect the flat-top bro to be following Wang Mang. Get lost. The man cursed and quickly retreated, kicking the flat-top bro away. However, this kick immediately angered the flat-top bro. Then, the flat-top bro began to chase after him and bite him like a madman. In an instant, the man screamed and ran away pathetically. Seeing this, Wang Mang secretly nodded in satisfaction. This underling was not bad. Now, he did not even have to do anything. His underlings had taken care of this guy. In broad daylight, Wang Mang did not want to kill anyone. Otherwise, it would be extremely easy for Wang Mang to kill him. He only needed to spit out a mouthful of corrosive poison, and the man would scream and turn into a pool of pus and blood. Without the harassment of the perverted couple, Wang Mang finally arrived at the reservoir by the shore. At this moment, the reservoir by the shore was filled with people. Therefore, Wang Mang hid in the bushes and quietly sized up the crowd by the reservoir. At this moment, a group of energetic young men dressed in suits attracted Wang Mang's attention. He saw that not far away by the shore, there were more than 10 energetic young men dressed in flashy clothes, and they seemed to have some cards to play. Among them, a handsome young man was shouting at the camera of the live broadcast on his mobile phone, "Brothers, in order to prove that there are no water monsters today, I will swim in the reservoir myself later." What? How many water monsters are there? Bullsh *T giant pythons. Everyone will see with their own eyes later. I will swim in the reservoir, and nothing will happen to me. Come on, brothers, let's give you some gifts and live to 99 years old. Oh my! Thank you for the cloud-piercing arrow, brother. There is nothing wrong with brother. Brothers, give me more gifts. The gifts are over 1,000,000. I will swim in the reservoir right now, I will do what I say. At this moment, many people who were there to watch or to fish could not help but laugh. Young man, if you dare to swim in the water and come back 100 meters from the shore, I will give you 20,000 yuan. Ha ha. Young man, I will give you 20,000 yuan too. If you dare to swim in the water, come back. Hearing this, the young man's eyes immediately lit up and he said, "Brothers, will you really do what you say?" "Of course, I fish every day when I have nothing to do. I drive a Land Rover and live in a villa. I am not short of money. Young man, if you dare to swim in the water and come back, I will give you 20,000 yuan too." "Me too. Ha ha. Count me in." For a moment, many middle-aged men who were fishing laughed and mocked him. However, the energetic young man immediately said, "Brothers in the live broadcast room, you heard that. I will go in the water now. Watch carefully. Brothers, don't go back on your words later." After that, the young man really began to take off his clothes. Seeing this, Wang Mang was speechless. He had seen people who were courting death, but he had never seen anyone courting death like this. Chapter 124. To be honest, if this guy really dared to go into the reservoir, Wang Mang couldn't guarantee that this guy could come up alive. He was just fishing on the shore, but he was already dead. Hopefully, this guy would have better luck. Of course, Wang Mang didn't care about this little thing. If this guy wanted to die, he couldn't stop him. What could he do? At this moment, the energetic young man who was about to go into the water was persuaded by many kind-hearted people. "Young man, don't go down. Just fish in the reservoir. Yeah. Don't go down. Last time, even the professionals from the TV station didn't dare to go into the water. Young man, you can make money anytime, but if you lose your life, you'll really lose it. Yeah. This reservoir is not that simple. I don't know how many fishing rods have been pulled away." Hearing this, the energetic young man said disdainfully, "Nonsense. I don't believe there are really water monsters. If there are water monsters in the reservoir, eat me later if you dare." Seeing that the young man didn't listen to their advice, many fishermen shook their heads secretly. Just don't ask for help later. It's hard to persuade him with kind words. I hope you can still come back. Who cares? If he doesn't listen, then forget it. If he dies, it has nothing to do with us. Hearing this, the young man who had taken off his boxers didn't care at all. He said to the camera in the live broadcast room on his mobile phone, "Guys, watch carefully. I'm going to go down." As soon as the man finished speaking, the comments in the live broadcast room began to roll. Chienue, brother, rest in peace. The wreath is ready. Brother, rest in peace. Envious Teddy, brother, there's nothing wrong with you. If you come back alive, we'll gather gifts and treat you to a meal. If you don't come back, the whole village will eat at your place. Long to the waist, brother, don't worry. I'm long enough to drag you up if there's an accident. I am Chaomingda, brother, there's nothing wrong with you. If you really die, I'll take care of your wife. Number 1 middle school gang leader, brother, hurry up. I'm going to start school tomorrow. I still want to eat at your place. Xiaxiuxiu, brothers above, please be human. It's not easy for the streamer. Every day to die for you. What's wrong with collecting gifts? At most, I'll eat at your place. In the face of the comments in the live broadcast room, the energetic guy did not care at all because he did not think that there were any water monsters at all. After all, he didn't hear about how many people died in the reservoir. Only the boss's son was unlucky enough to drown. Therefore, under everyone's regretful gazes, he snorted arrogantly and then elegantly warmed up. Then, he jumped into the water with a splash. Then, under everyone's gaze, he swam proudly. Did you see that? Nothing happened. After saying that, he swam confidently toward the deep waters. It didn't take long for him to swim 100 meters away. Pleased with himself, the young man prepared to return. However, he suddenly felt that something was wrong. When he turned around, he was almost scared to death. In the water behind him, a black shadow was rapidly approaching him. Seeing this scene, the streamer was so scared that his face turned pale. He screamed in horror, "Quick! Save me! Everyone, save me! There's something in the water!" As he spoke, he desperately swam towards the shore. Moreover, under the dangerous outburst, the swimming speed was very fast. Unfortunately, no matter how fast he was, he couldn't be faster than the psychic fish in the water. In the next moment, countless people on the shore saw a huge black shadow emerge from the water. Then, the huge black shadow swallowed the energetic guy in one gulp. Seeing this scene, countless people fishing and watching on the shore were stunned. They seemed to have vaguely heard a cry for help. Then, there seemed to be no more then? For a moment, the entire crowd in the reservoir was completely boiling. Similarly, the comments section in the live broadcast room that recorded all of this was also exploding. Because they all saw it with their own eyes. The streamer was dead? For a moment, the comments were crazily rolling. Number 1 high school's gang boss. Damn. Are we really going to have a feast this time? Loser's waist. Damn. Is he really dead this time? Momo's long legs. Call the police quickly. Seems like something really happened this time. Shio. Shio, he's gone just like that? Sigh. Traveler 358. There's nothing wrong with him. He can be carried away. At the same time, Wang Mang naturally saw it too. To be honest, Wang Mang wasn't surprised at all. This guy was courting death. It would be a pity if God didn't punish him. Of course, Wang Mang also noticed that some people were starting to call the police. As for whether they would compensate him or not, Wang Mang didn't know. Although this was his own reservoir, he probably wouldn't have to pay too much compensation. Because the other party was courting death. There was a warning sign in the reservoir. Moreover, according to Wang Mang's understanding of his dad, he would probably rather spend money to hire a lawyer than pay compensation. Who asked this guy to court death? If it was just fishing in the shallow water within 50 meters, it would be fine. As the old saying goes, it's hard to persuade a damned ghost with kind words. After watching for a while, Wang Mang left. After leaving, Wang Mang happily wandered around his own territory. After dark, Wang Mang finished patrolling the territory and was about to eat the pig. However, Wang Mang caught a whiff of demonic aura in the air again. Yes, it was definitely demonic aura. That was because Wang Mang already had a way to distinguish between monsters and ferocious beasts. After feeling this demonic aura, Wang Mang suddenly had a thought and his body immediately became 15 meters tall. Not long after, Wang Mang saw a 15-meter-tall black bear in the jungle ahead. This black bear was definitely a great demon. Wang Mang could tell from the aura. Furthermore, after Wang Mang used information detection, Wang Mang's expression changed. The information of this black bear great demon appeared in front of his eyes. Target: Black Bear Demon. Cultivation experience: 1,200 years. Realm: Early Stage Great Demon. Skill: Crazy Fight. After reading the personal information, Wang Mang immediately thought to himself that it was indeed so. At this time, the Black Bear Great Demon also saw Wang Mang. He quickly moved his body and came not far from Wang Mang and said proudly, "Where are the great demons in this territory? Are you the subordinate of the great demon in this territory? Remember to inform your king. Now our Black Mountain Demon King has occupied the territory of the Tree Demon King. That is to say, in the future, your king will have to bow down to my king. In 3 days, all the great demons who were once under the jurisdiction of the Tree Demon King must be present." Hearing this, Wang Mang came to a sudden realization. It turned out that the Tree Demon's territory had been occupied by other demon kings. He wondered how strong this demon king who occupied the Tree Demon King's territory was. Just as Wang Mang was guessing inwardly, the brown bear great demon immediately roared furiously. "Presumptuous! Little demon, did you hear what I said to you?" Chapter 125. Hearing this, Wang Mang was stunned for a moment, then he was amused. He did not expect this black bear great demon to mock him as a small demon. But thinking that his current size was only 15 meters, Wang Mang was relieved. Wang Mang sneered inwardly when he saw the black bear great demon glaring at him furiously. The next moment, under the black bear great demon's stunned gaze, he saw that Wang Mang's small body began to expand at a speed visible to the naked eye. Moments later, Wang Mang had already returned to the size of a behemoth. Following that, Wang Mang stood up, his huge snake body more than 10 meters tall. His huge snake head looked down at the black bear great demon from above, and he said with a sinister smile, "What about now? Let's see if I'm big enough?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the black bear great demon, who was stunned on the spot, came back to his senses. He subconsciously swallowed his saliva. Wang Mang, who was in a daze, felt his scalp go numb. Obviously, he did not expect this inconspicuous guy to be a terrifying great demon. Why did he say that Wang Mang was terrifying? Because Wang Mang was originally 15 meters long. In the end, he became a 60-meter behemoth in an instant. 60 meters long. Such a python demon was definitely a full-fledged great demon. It might even be a great demon whose cultivation was very close to that of a demon king. Because the terrifying aura on Wang Mang's body was too terrifying. Especially when Wang Mang looked down at him, it was a terrifying feeling. This made him feel that the Wang Mang in front of him wasn't much different from his king. At the same time, the black bear great demon immediately realized that his previous tone was a little arrogant. Thinking of this, the black bear great demon wanted to cry, but no tears came out. He wanted to curse Wang Mang. "Your King huge, can you not become so small? If you didn't become so small, I wouldn't dare to talk to you like that." Therefore, under Wang Mang's cold gaze, the black bear great demon shuddered. With a stuttering smile, he said, "Your Majesty, this lowly one's mouth stinks. I didn't think that I would actually offend the king. I deserve it. My mouth stinks and I deserve a beating." As he spoke, the black bear great demon started slapping his big mouth. Seeing this, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. This black bear great demon had a high level of awareness. Seeing Wang Mang nod his head, Black Bear heaved a sigh of relief. He was afraid that Wang Mang would attack him at the slightest disagreement, or directly swallow him whole. This was because the Black Bear Great Demon guessed that Wang Mang's strength was definitely close to that of a demon king. Black Bear even believed that Wang Mang had already reached the level of a demon king. This was also the reason why the Black Bear was so obedient in front of Wang Mang. If Wang Mang was a small demon, he would naturally attack with a heavy punch. Even if Wang Mang was a powerful demon, he would still be polite. At most, he would be more polite, but he would never admit defeat on the spot. However, Wang Mang was a demon king. It was almost as terrifying as the king's aura. Just as Wang Mang was about to speak, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following choices. Mission 1. Bow down to the new demon king and curry favor with him. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 200 million evolution points. Mission 2. Completely ignore the new demon king and turn a blind eye to him. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 400 million evolution points. Mission 3. Provoke the new demon king and obtain its approval. Mission time. Available upon obtaining the new demon king's approval. Mission reward. 600 million evolution points. Designated lottery ticket X1. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned. He never thought that the system would give him another mission. This was indeed a surprise to him. However, after listening to the system's mission, it seemed that the new demon king had some strength. Of course, the demon king was not enough for him to curry favor with. He was also a demon king, although it was only a new demon king. Thinking about this, Wang Mang quickly made his decision. The rewards of these 3 missions were very clear. Moreover, Wang Mang was also a demon king, so he was not afraid of the demon king. Moreover, Wang Mang was also curious. What was the designated lottery ticket? Could it be that he had to draw something good? Thinking about this, the happy Wang Mang said in his heart, System, I choose the 3rd mission. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have successfully chosen the mission. Host, please quickly complete the mission and obtain the reward. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang nodded his head in satisfaction. After that, Wang Mang knew that it was time for him to provoke. After all, his mission was to provoke the new demon king and obtain his approval. Thinking of this, Wang Mang looked down at the Black Bear Great Demon and said arrogantly, Go back and tell your king that if he has the ability, he can come find me. If he dares to come here without fear of death, I'll beat the sh*t out of him. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Great Demon was stunned. He had seen arrogant people before, but he had never seen such an arrogant person. To be honest, the Black Bear Great Demon did not expect this. The super-giant python in front of him did not take his king seriously at all. He even wanted to beat the sh*t out of his king? Oh my god! Big brother! Are you getting a little arrogant? However, the Black Bear Great Demon did not know that Wang Mang was not just arrogant. Ever since his strength had increased, Wang Mang no longer took the Demon King seriously. In the past, the Demon King could kill him, but now it was impossible for the Demon King to kill him. If it was a powerful great demon, he could run even if he could not defeat it. Besides, Wang Mang's strength now was definitely at the Demon King level. Therefore, Wang Mang was already arrogant. It was not an exaggeration to describe Wang Mang's arrogance as looking down on others. Therefore, when the Black Bear Great Demon said that he was arrogant, he was looking down on him. At this moment, seeing the Black Bear Great Demon staring at him in a daze, Wang Mang was immediately puzzled. Could it be that his words were not arrogant enough? Thinking of this, Wang Mang was suddenly enlightened. Then, Wang Mang's tone became even more arrogant. Get lost. Tell your king that if he has the ability, he can come and try. I only need one hand. Oh no! I can crush him with a single finger. Beating him is like beating my son. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Great Demon was stunned. This was the first time he had seen such an arrogant demon. He actually said that he could crush his king with one finger? He wanted to say to Wang Mang, "Brother, although you are strong, my king should be stronger than you." Of course, he only thought about it and did not dare to say it out loud. Because, after the Black Bear Great Demon heard Wang Mang's words, he was even more certain of his guess. The super giant python in front of him was definitely not a great demon. How could a mere great demon dare to say such a thing? This guy was definitely a demon king. Thinking of this, the Black Bear Great Demon laughed and nodded. All right. I will definitely pass on the king's words. After saying that, the Black Bear Great Demon hurriedly left. After seeing the Black Bear Great Demon leave, Wang Mang secretly heaved a sigh of relief. Then, Wang Mang prepared to return home. His ruthless words from before were completely just boasting. Because of this, for saying those harsh words, Wang Mang's imposing manner was a little weak in his heart. He could not wait to go back to the lottery to increase his strength. He hoped that he could increase his strength before this new Demon King came knocking on his door. It would be best if he could evolve again, because Wang Mang had no confidence at all to deal with this unknown Demon King. Moreover, those who were familiar with Wang Mang's character basically knew. He had always been careful when dealing with the strong and punching the weak. Of course, when it came to harsh words, Wang Mang had never been afraid of anyone. After all, he was also a demon king. His imposing manner depended on roaring. Therefore, after returning to the nest, Wang Mang could not wait to increase his strength. He immediately said in his heart in anticipation, "System, start the random lottery." Chapter 126. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice resounded. Ding! Congratulations, host! Successfully used the free lottery chance. Then, a lucky compass appeared in Wang Mang's mind. However, when Wang Mang looked at the lucky compass, he could not help but sigh in relief. This was because the 9 prizes did not disappoint him. The 9 prizes were as follows: 3 billion evolution points, 900 million evolution points, 600 million evolution points, 1% evolution card, 3% evolution card, 6% evolution card, Beginner Blind Box X1, Advanced Blind Box X1 free evolution card. Although these 9 prizes were not as good as the previous 3 lottery chances, they were still very good. However, in Wang Mang's eyes, they were still very good. The worst prize was still 600 million. Thinking about this, Wang Mang was bursting with joy. If his luck was good, he could get an advanced blind box. Or perhaps getting 3 billion evolution points was not bad either. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood became better. Then, the lucky wheel in his mind began to spin. Wang Mang waited in anticipation and apprehension. A minute passed. Only then did the lucky wheel slowly stop. Wang Mang's heart could not help but beat faster. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice resounded. Ding! Congratulations, host! Obtained 600 million evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was speechless. He never thought that the system would really give him 600 million evolution points. Although 600 million evolution points might not be the worst of the 9 prizes. However, it was more or less the same. This was because even if he got a blind box, there was still a chance of getting something good from the blind box. Because of that, Wang Mang felt somewhat helpless. He never thought that after being so lucky for so long, he would drop the chain when he desperately wanted to evolve. Whatever. It seems like the goddess of luck is still sleeping. Moreover, I obtained 600 million evolution points. I only need 200 million evolution points to evolve again. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood became a lot better. He originally had a two-fold evolution card. Once he used it, he only needed 800 million evolution points. Now that he obtained 600 million, he only needed 200 million. For a time, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh with emotion. He never thought that he would only need a few hundred evolution points each time he evolved. How long has it been? The number of evolution points he needed was already in the hundreds of millions. This could only be said to be the result of his hard work. After all, Wang Mang had always placed evolution at the top of his priority list. That was because the strong preyed on the weak no matter where they were, and strength was everything. Thus, Wang Mang naturally placed increasing his strength as his primary goal. However, how was he going to get 200 million evolution points? Thinking about this, Wang Mang had a headache. He estimated that he would not be able to get 200 million evolution points before the new king came. Thinking about this, Wang Mang felt a bit sad. It seemed that the method of sharpening his spear at the last minute would not work. Thus, Wang Mang could only hope that the new king would come quickly. Of course, this was not what Wang Mang hoped for the most. What he hoped the most was that the new demon king was not too strong. At the same time, Wang Mang did not know. The black bear demon that he had bullied. He had already returned to his king's territory. In a dense forest with towering trees, he saw his king sleeping soundly. The black bear great demon said tearfully, "My king! King!" Hearing this, the sleeping behemoth slowly opened its eyes. This super behemoth was a super black bear demon king with a body size of 50 meters. Nickname, Black Mountain King. This super black bear great demon slowly sat up. Looking at his underlings, he glared angrily and said, "What's wrong? If you don't tell me the reason today, I will beat you to death." After saying this, the mountain-like black bear began to clench his fists and wipe his palms. Seeing this scene, the black bear demon, who was already frightened, knelt on the ground. His tone was agitated. He complained about Wang Mang's arrogance and despotism in a tearful voice. "Woo woo. King, you don't know." This little one followed the king's orders and patrolled the mountains to pass down the king's orders. Originally, everything was fine. However, when this little one came to the Huanshan Reservoir, the demon king in that territory actually spoke arrogant words. After hearing these words, Wang Mang's originally furious black bear's eyes turned, and he slowly opened his mouth. "Are you sure? Are you sure it's not a demon king and not a demon king?" After being stunned for a while, the black bear demon said with uncertainty, "King, this little one suspects that he is a demon king. His aura is very terrifying. I feel that he is not far from you." This little one was only looked down at a few times. That feeling was like being looked at by the king. Hearing this, the Black Mountain King was a little surprised. After thinking for a while, he was puzzled. Before he occupied the Tree Demon King's territory, he naturally understood the situation in advance. He had never heard of a demon king. However, he knew of a few powerful demons. They were a stone demon in Maplewood Mountain and the Green Peak Forest White Python clan. The other one was a super giant python in the Huanshan Reservoir. He had heard that this super giant python demon was very strong. It had even offended the Tree Demon King, but it was still alive. Could it be that there was something fishy here? Thinking of this, the Black Mountain King began to think. Obviously, those who could become demon kings were not fools. After all, they had lived for thousands of years. It was not an exaggeration to say that they were old and cunning. However, after thinking for a long time, the Black Mountain King still could not think of anything else. Therefore, the Black Mountain King narrowed his dark eyes and looked at his subordinate. He slowly asked, "Oh? And he said something arrogant? What did he say?" Hearing this, the Black Bear Demon was stunned. He looked like he wanted to say something but stopped. In fact, He did not dare to say what Wang Mang asked him to pass on, because what Wang Mang said was simply too arrogant. If this bad-tempered king heard what Wang Mang asked him to pass on, he was afraid that before Wang Mang could be crushed to death, he would be crushed to death first. Seeing his subordinate's hesitation, the Black Mountain King roared. The Black Mountain King roared in anger, "Why aren't you telling me? If you don't tell me, I'll kill you." Hearing this, the Black Bear Demon trembled in fear. He said nervously, "Your Majesty, you have to promise not to hit me after hearing this." The Black Mountain King angrily stared. After thinking for a while, he nodded and said, "Say it, Your Majesty, it's like this." As he spoke, the Black Bear Great Demon looked at his king anxiously and explained the situation to him. Halfway through, the Black Bear Demon began to hesitate. He also said that if your Majesty dares to go, he will. What will he do? Say it. The furious Black Mountain King could not help but growl. The Black Bear Demon kneeled on the ground in fear and said while trembling, he said that if your Majesty dares to go, he will beat the sh*t out of your Majesty. Chapter 127. As soon as he finished speaking, Black Bear Demon felt like he was about to suffocate. He felt that all his strength had been sucked out as he looked up at his king in fear. But in the next moment, he was sent flying by his king's slap. Black Bear Great Demon's body landed more than 10 meters away. He hurriedly got up in fear and looked at his king, who had already sat up from the ground in anger. "What did you say? Say that again, you cur." The Black Mountain King glared at him like a ferocious tiger. He looked ferocious and terrifying. Black Bear Demon did not dare to say it again. His king had just said that he would not hit him, but when he heard that, he immediately slapped him. Because Black Bear Demon was in tears as he said aggrievedly, "King, what I said is true." Hearing that, the Black Mountain King was furious for a while before he said fiercely, "Come here and continue." Upon hearing this, the Black Bear Great Demon hurriedly shook his head in horror. He did not dare to go over now. He had just received a slap. "I told you to come over." The Black Mountain King's tone was cold. Black Bear Demon trembled all over before he braced himself and climbed up in fear. The Black Mountain King said coldly, "Speak." What else did he say? Black Bear Demon could only brace himself and say while trembling, "King," he also said, "he can crush you with one finger." As soon as he finished speaking, a loud sound was heard. It was accompanied by a scream. Black Bear Demon was sent flying again. This time, he flew more than 20 meters. Black Bear Demon, whose face was bruised and swollen, could not help but cry, "King, why did you hit me again? Didn't you promise not to hit me?" Hearing that, the Black Mountain King, who was still angry, glared at him. "Did I say that? Why don't I remember? Besides, hitting is affection, scolding is love. Could it be that you want me to keep my anger bottled up in my heart and not vent it out?" Black Bear Demon almost fainted from crying. He could not bear the love of his king. Moreover, even if he wanted to vent his anger, why did he have to vent it on him? "Your sister, if you're angry, you can go hit that Python Demon. What's the use of getting angry at me? Why is it always me who gets hurt?" The Black Bear Demon was extremely sad. At this moment, the Black Mountain King, who was burning with rage, slowly stood up. The next moment, his body transformed into a 2-meter-tall, abnormally muscular black bear. He said coldly, "What an arrogant fellow! Looks like he is indeed a demon king. Then this king would like to see if you can really crush me to death with a single finger." After furiously muttering to himself for a while, the Black Mountain King got up and left. Obviously, he wanted to teach Wang Mang a lesson. Even demon kings had differences in strength. From the Black Mountain King's point of view, the giant Python Demon King must have just become a demon king not long ago. He was definitely not a match for him. He had been a demon king for a very long time. This fellow who had just become a giant python demon king was definitely no match for him. At the same time, near the Huanshan Reservoir, after the sky darkened, Wang Mang came out of the cave again. As usual, he first went to the farm to eat 10,000 pigs. At this point, he easily earned 488 million evolution points. This made Wang Mang secretly nod his head in satisfaction. After eating the pigs, he left the farm in satisfaction. After that, Wang Mang first patrolled the land. Wang Mang came to the reservoir again and prepared to patrol the land as usual. Although he had handed over the reservoir to Old Turtle, he still came to take a look occasionally. Moreover, since he handed over the reservoir to Old Turtle, he was quite comfortable as a hands-off shopkeeper. However, just as Wang Mang was patrolling the reservoir, he vaguely felt a tyrannical demonic aura. This aura is not an ordinary great demon. Could it be that the new demon king is already here? Thinking of this, Wang Mang, who was originally in a good mood, felt his heart sink. After that, Wang Mang immediately rushed towards the source of the aura and prepared to go to the bank of the reservoir. However, right at this moment, Wang Mang saw that in the distant dark forest, an enormous monster had appeared by the reservoir's shore. It was a super black bear that was more than 50 meters tall. Its appearance looked very strong, and its aura was particularly fierce. When it came to the bank of the reservoir and saw Wang Mang, it could not help but open its bloody mouth and roar, roar, roar. Arrogant, so it's you who dares to talk nonsense to this king? At this moment, this super huge black bear spoke in human language, and its voice was filled with anger. Hearing this, Wang Mang was stunned for a while and immediately recovered. At the same time, Wang Mang also used information detection on this guy. In the next moment, this huge monster's information appeared in front of Wang Mang. Target: Black Mountain King's Eyes. 51 meters tall, 90 tons weight. Cultivation experience: 3,600 years. Magical ability: Earth Brute Force. Berserk Demon. Reinforced iron bones. Can shrink at will. After looking at this guy's information, Wang Mang was suddenly shocked. He did not expect this guy's strength. It was actually stronger than the Tree Demon King. Although its size was not as big as the Tree Demon King, its cultivation experience was higher than the Tree Demon King. However, after thinking about it, Wang Mang was relieved. After all, the Tree Demon King was a wood-type monster, and its body was usually bigger. If comparing the size of animal-type monsters, it was really difficult to compare with these wood-type monsters. However, judging from its cultivation experience, this Black Mountain King's strength was even stronger. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt a headache. Could he really beat such a big guy? This guy was more than 50 meters tall when it stood up, and it was an old monster king. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt conflicted and helpless at the same time. To be honest, Wang Mang was a little scared when he did not see this new monster king. However, after seeing this new Black Mountain King, Wang Mang felt even more scared. With such a huge body, it was completely impossible for him to beat the other party. Moreover, this guy had a lot of supernatural powers. There were 4 or 5 of them. Perhaps he did not have any skills, but all of his supernatural powers were suitable for fighting. Therefore, if they really fought, Wang Mang felt that the possibility of him beating the other party was not high. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was not in a hurry to go ashore. He had to seize every advantage. If they fought in the water, he had the biggest advantage. It was even possible for him to turn the tables. Thinking of this, Wang Mang stood up 30 meters tall with his huge body. Moreover, in the reservoir, he looked at the Black Mountain King from afar. "Didn't you say you would beat the shit out of me? Come. I'm already here. Then beat the shit out of me. I'll be waiting for you." At this moment, the Black Mountain King, who was standing on the shore of the reservoir, suddenly said with a face full of ridicule. Before seeing Wang Mang, he had already guessed that Wang Mang was the new Monster King. Now, he realized that it was true. Therefore, he was not worried at all. He looked at Wang Mang with disdain, his eyes full of disdain. Clearly, he had never placed a new archfiend king like Wang Mang in his eyes. Chapter 128. Wang Mang, who was originally feeling a little guilty, was instantly enraged when he saw how arrogant the Black Mountain King was. Wang Mang directly provoked, "Come on! Come down if you dare! I'll kill you!" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Mountain King was even more furious. He didn't expect that Wang Mang would dare to be so arrogant in front of him, especially when he saw Wang Mang's provocative look. The Black Mountain King was so angry that his whole body trembled. "Ah! Come up if you dare! I'll tear you apart!" The Black Mountain King angrily lowered his chest and roared at Wang Mang. Hearing this, Wang Mang secretly sneered. This guy wanted him to go up? That was simply wishful thinking. His fighting strength in the water was at its peak. If he was on land, his fighting strength would be greatly affected. Because Wang Mang's speed in the water was terrifying, and he could breathe normally in the water. This was also the reason why Wang Mang didn't want to go up on land. He felt that if he wanted to fight with this big guy, the best way to win was in the water. He had a chance to win in the water, but he might not have a chance on land. This guy's divine ability was simply ridiculously powerful. For example, reinforced iron bones. Just from the name, one could tell that it was a defensive divine ability. Moreover, this defensive divine ability was definitely not weak. It was possible that it was even stronger than he guessed. Even if it couldn't compare to his body of steel, it was probably not far off. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was even more determined. He definitely wouldn't go up. Thinking of this, Wang Mang sneered and shouted, "Come down if you dare. Let's see if I can kill you." At this time, seeing that Wang Mang had been staying in the water and provoking him, the Black Mountain King was so angry that he gritted his teeth. He had never seen such a shameless person. When he wasn't here, he had been provoking him. Now that he was here, this guy was hiding in the water and not coming out. In anger, the Black Mountain King sneered, "All right? Let's see if you'll stay in the water for the rest of your life. If worse comes to worst, I'll set up my territory here." Hearing the Black Mountain King's words, Wang Mang was stunned. He didn't think that he was already shameless enough. But this Black Mountain King, when he was shameless, he did not show any weakness. No. Wang Mang felt that in terms of shamelessness, this guy was even more shameless. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel helpless. If the Black Mountain King really wanted to do this, Wang Mang would definitely accept the challenge. If the Black Mountain King took over his territory, he would never be able to develop. Unless Wang Mang was willing to leave this place, but the Black Bear Demon King would probably be happy to see that happen. Therefore, Wang Mang knew that this battle was unavoidable. Thinking of this, Wang Mang moved his huge body and slowly approached the shore. Seeing this, the Black Mountain King was secretly pleased. When it came to shamelessness, he didn't think that he was weaker than anyone. Seeing Wang Mang come ashore obediently, the Black Mountain King couldn't help but laugh sinisterly. "I'll satisfy you and beat the shit out of you." After saying this, the Black Mountain King ran towards Wang Mang. Like a mountain, he ran towards him. Even as the Black Mountain King ran over, Wang Mang could clearly feel the ground trembling slightly. Of course, Wang Mang didn't show any weakness. After opening his mouth and roaring, he moved his huge body and rushed over. In an instant, the two huge creatures rushed towards each other. The battle could be said to be triggered at any moment. Steel body. Wang Mang didn't hesitate to use his battle skill. At the same time, Wang Mang also noticed the Black Bear Demon King who was rushing towards him. His body also underwent a huge transformation in the process. His originally fleshy muscles were now like pieces of steel. It could be said that Wang Mang's transformation and the Black Bear Demon King's transformation were all seen by the other party. In the next moment, accompanied by an earth-shattering sound. Wang Mang had already opened his bloody mouth and fiercely bit the Black Mountain King. However, Wang Mang felt as if he was biting a huge piece of steel. Similarly, Wang Mang's behavior of focusing on attacking and not defending was naturally taken advantage of by the Black Mountain King. The Black Mountain King grabbed Wang Mang's huge body with both hands and opened his bloody mouth at the same time to crazily bite Wang Mang. Obviously, the Black Mountain King also wanted to kill Wang Mang and directly used his mouth. However, when he bit down, he almost couldn't help but cry out. Although his terrifying bite force was very terrifying. However, Wang Mang's body had already activated the body of steel. It would not be an exaggeration to say that Wang Mang's body was as tough as steel. It could be said that after the first round of battle, both parties didn't gain any advantage. This was because Wang Mang wanted to bite down and inject the corrosive poison. However, the problem was that Wang Mang didn't bite this guy at all. Yes, when Wang Mang bit down, he felt that he couldn't inject the corrosive poison at all. In desperation, he could only spray the corrosive poison directly at the place where he bit down. However, Wang Mang, who had just done all this, couldn't help but almost scream out in pain. This son of a bitch actually bit him, although he was full of confidence in his steel body. Wang Mang didn't expect the Black Bear Demon King's bite force to be so terrifying. Wang Mang almost couldn't hold back his tears from the excruciating pain. Roar! You bastard, you can even use poison! The Black Mountain King, who was screaming in pain, angrily pulled Wang Mang off his body and threw him far away. After throwing Wang Mang away, the Black Bear Demon King looked at the wound on his chest that was rotting and turning into blood. He viciously tore off the flesh in that area. Obviously, only he could tear off the flesh on his own body, just like how only Wang Mang could get hurt if he wanted to. Of course, although the Black Bear Demon King didn't feel good, Wang Mang felt even worse. Not to mention that he was thrown so far away, he was dizzy from the fall. Wang Mang looked at his lower body. The place where the Black Mountain King bit him had a row of very deep teeth marks. Super self-healing. Bloodthirsty fury. Similarly, Wang Mang used 2 more skills. Then, Wang Mang prepared to attack. However, the Black Bear Demon King, who was flustered and exasperated, was already charging towards him. I'm going to kill you today. The Black Bear Demon King opened his bloody mouth and roared angrily, looking at Wang Mang with his scarlet eyes. The distance between the two was almost instantaneously close. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang directly opened his bloody mouth and sprayed a mouthful of corrosive poison at the Black Bear Demon King's face. Obviously, Wang Mang wanted to use the method he used to deal with the Brown Bear Demon King to try and deal with the Black Bear Demon King. Once the Black Bear Demon King was hit by his corrosive poison, especially at the Black Bear Demon King's eyes. Once the Black Bear Demon King was hit, it could be announced that Wang Mang's victory was in sight. Chapter 129. Of course, Wang Mang's idea was very good. But how could a Demon King be a simple character? The Black Bear Demon King's cultivation was even higher than the Tree Demon King. In his entire life, he had fought countless demons. In terms of combat experience, he could beat Wang Mang by several streets. Moreover, he had been injured by Wang Mang's corrosive poison earlier. Therefore, he had long been aware of Wang Mang's poison. The moment Wang Mang spat out the corrosive poison, the Black Bear Demon King, who reacted extremely quickly, immediately raised his thick bare arms to block in front of his face. Poochie! Wang Mang's corrosive poison was like a cup of water, splashing onto the Black Bear Demon King's arm. Even the Black Bear Demon King's steel-like arm slowly rotted into pus and blood. But the Black Bear Demon King didn't care at all. He fiercely reached out and grabbed Wang Mang's huge snake head. Then, the Black Bear Demon King fiercely pressed Wang Mang's huge snake head to the ground. His other arm crazily pounded Wang Mang's head. For a moment, Wang Mang only felt a headache. This time it was really a headache. No kidding. After all, the Black Bear Demon King was too big. One could imagine how terrifying the power of exasperation and anger was. After a few punches, Wang Mang himself felt dizzy. However, Wang Mang's heart was filled with even more anger. He was also a demon king. How could he be beaten? Therefore, Wang Mang began to struggle crazily. Moreover, because Wang Mang had already used bloodthirsty fury, the more serious the injury, the more powerful the superposition of combat strength. At first, the Black Bear Demon King could still press Wang Mang's head to the ground and pound it. But after a long time, he found that although Wang Mang's head was bleeding, it was still as hard as iron. Not only that, Wang Mang's strength to struggle became stronger and stronger. This shocked the Black Bear Demon King greatly. In his shock and anger, in order to suppress Wang Mang, he also used a skill. Earth Brute Force. Berserk Demon. It could be said that he didn't use any skills other than shrinking himself. The Black Bear Demon King had already displayed all of his special skills in battle. Under the support of the Earth Brute Force and the Berserk Demon, the Black Bear Demon King easily held down Wang Mang again. Not only that, but he was also like a crazy monster. Previously, he had used one of his bare arms to hold down Wang Mang. But after using these two skills, he was like a raging gorilla. He clenched his huge fists and smashed Wang Mang on the ground. Similarly, Wang Mang's body was even deformed by this guy's beating. To be honest, if it wasn't for Wang Mang forcefully suppressing his anger, he wouldn't have been able to hold it in. He wouldn't have been able to hold on any longer. These crazy punches made Wang Mang feel like his body was about to be crippled. That kind of sour and painful feeling was something that ordinary people couldn't understand. However, as Wang Mang's injuries became more and more serious, Wang Mang even gave up on using super self-healing, because Wang Mang, who had been blinded by anger, was struggling wildly. The Black Bear Demon King struggled frantically, and its huge tail kept whipping the Black Bear Demon King. Moreover, in order to vent his anger, even if Wang Mang was pressed to the ground and beaten, his tail was especially used to hit the Black Bear Demon King's face. The two could be said to be completely enraged. At the same time, after being at a disadvantage for a long time, Wang Mang's huge body was already riddled with injuries, but Wang Mang's fighting strength was exploding. That's right, under unprecedented injuries. Wang Mang didn't even use super self-healing. His fighting strength had simply risen to a level that he had never reached before. At this moment, Wang Mang, under the unlimited support of the bloodthirsty rage, finally began to level the battle. From the beginning, he was pressed to the ground and beaten. Now, Wang Mang's huge body was tightly wrapped around the Black Bear Demon King. At the same time, Wang Mang was completely bloodthirsty. His snake eyes were incomparably scarlet. Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth crazily and bit the Black Bear Demon King. At the same time, the Black Bear Demon King was rolling on the ground crazily, constantly beating Wang Mang, who was wrapped around his body. However, he wasn't worried at all that Wang Mang could kill him. Because Wang Mang's huge body was wrapped around his body, it was impossible to wrap him to death. On the contrary, with the support of the Earth Brute Force and the Berserk Demon King, the Black Bear Demon King was also bloodthirsty. Now, he was rolling on the ground, constantly beating Wang Mang. At the same time, Wang Mang also seemed to have gone crazy, constantly biting him. Both sides looked particularly miserable, and at the same time, they were riddled with wounds. Although Wang Mang's body was almost deformed from the beating. However, the Black Bear Demon King was not unharmed from head to toe. Because, other than his eyes, his entire body was bitten and sprayed with corrosive poison by Wang Mang. It could be said that his huge body was as if it had been burned by fire. There was no place on his body that was unharmed. 5 hours later, Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King had already fought until both sides were riddled with injuries. Even a section of Wang Mang's tail had been bitten off by the Black Bear Demon King's relentless bite. However, Wang Mang did not care at all. He was now trading injury for injury. With the support of the bloodthirsty fury, unless he could kill Wang Mang in an instant. Otherwise, it would be impossible for the Black Bear Demon King to kill Wang Mang. Therefore, both sides fought until the wee hours of the morning. From the shore of the reservoir surrounded by the mountains, they rolled on the ground and fought deep into the forest. Along the way it was a complete mess. There were ruins everywhere from the battle. In the blink of an eye, another day and night passed. This day and night, Wang Mang was fighting with the Black Bear Demon King. Unfortunately, the outcome of the battle had not been decided yet. Because Wang Mang could indeed barely be on par with the Black Bear Demon King, but he definitely could not defeat the Black Bear Demon King. Because Wang Mang really could not understand why this guy's strength was endless. It was as if he had activated the bloodthirsty fury skill. But what Wang Mang did not know was that among the Black Bear Demon King's 4 skills, other than the ability to shrink at will, the rest were all combat skills. Reinforced iron bones made his body indestructible. Although it had not reached the level of Wang Mang's body of steel, it was basically made of iron. In addition, the Great Brute Strength skill was incomparably abnormal. As long as his body was in contact with the ground, it could continue to increase his combat strength. As long as the Black Bear Demon King was in an angry state, his combat strength would continue to increase. Therefore, it could be said that the Black Bear Demon King's 2 skills were somewhat similar to Wang Mang's bloodthirsty fury. At this moment, the Black Bear Demon King, whose body was still entangled in fighting, suddenly grabbed Wang Mang's huge snake head tightly and said in a deep voice, "Let's fight again next time. Let's fight again next time. Those great demons are still waiting for me, the new king. In the future, the territory around here will belong to you, not me. Wang Mang, let's mind our own business." Speaking of this, the Black Bear Demon King's tone was somewhat helpless. Although he could suppress Wang Mang, he really could not find a way to kill Wang Mang. Because Wang Mang's ability was too omnipotent. He had a combat skill, Body of Steel, corrosive poison. He had a healing skill, super self-healing, and a skill similar to his to increase his combat strength. It could be said that Wang Mang had the ability to attack, defend, and self-heal. He could not kill Wang Mang at all. Otherwise, he would really have the idea of killing Wang Mang. And this idea was very strong. What was helpless was that he could not kill Wang Mang. He could only acquiesce to the existence of Wang Mang. Because after fighting for so long, he had no way of killing Wang Mang at all. Therefore, he naturally knew that it was very difficult to kill an omnipotent demon king like Wang Mang. Since he could not kill him, he would make peace. At the same time, after hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, Wang Mang's scarlet snake eyes revealed a trace of rationality. His mind was finally clear. He did not know what had happened. What did the Black Bear Demon King just say? Just as Wang Mang was about to open his mouth in confusion, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. Mission completed. Successfully obtained the recognition of the new Demon King. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 600 million evolution points. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained a designated lottery ticket X1. Chapter 130. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned once again. He had never thought that he would complete the quest while fighting. Could it be that he had already been recognized by the Black Bear Demon King? When he thought of this, Wang Mang came to a sudden realization. No wonder the Black Bear Demon King didn't make a move. It turned out that his powerful combat strength had been recognized by the Black Bear Demon King. Just as Wang Mang was feeling proud, he felt a sharp pain all over his body. Obviously, He had been too focused on fighting and couldn't take care of so much. But now that he stopped, it was as if he was drinking white wine. In short, Wang Mang felt pain all over his body. Of course, Wang Mang couldn't wait to cry out in pain. But he pretended to be calm, as if nothing had happened. At this time, the Black Bear Demon King couldn't help but say in a deep voice, "Damn you, let me get up. Why are you still pestering me? Do you still want to fight?" Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately said disdainfully, "Let's fight. Do you think I'll be afraid of you?" Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Demon King was furious. If it weren't for the fact that many demons under his territory had to gather and wait for him in 3 days, he wouldn't have cared. He would definitely continue fighting with Wang Mang regardless of the consequences. But this obviously wouldn't do, because he was the new Demon King. He needed to gather the demons under the Tree Demon King to consolidate his position as the overlord of this territory. Therefore, he really didn't want to waste time with Wang Mang. So, after seeing that Wang Mang had let go, he sat on the ground and looked at Wang Mang, saying, "Remember, we'll mind our own business. In the future, I'll be independent of your territory and not under my jurisdiction. You're on your own." With that, the Black Bear Demon King got up and left impatiently. But before he could take 2 steps, he heard Wang Mang's arrogant voice behind him. "Who do you think you are? I can do whatever I want. If you're not convinced, then come and fight me. If we were in the water this time, I would have killed you directly." Clearly, after realizing that the other party was unable to kill him and could only suppress him at most, Zhang Xian's expression changed drastically. Wang Mang was starting to get cocky again. He had become as arrogant as before. Hearing Wang Mang's arrogant words, the Black Bear King, who had just left, was so angry that his face turned black. Fortunately, he was a black bear, so it was hard to tell. In the end, he decided to ignore Wang Mang's clamor and left the place. After the Black Bear Demon King left, Wang Mang snorted proudly. After confirming that the other party was far away, Wang Mang couldn't help but grit his teeth in pain and immediately used super healing. Wang Mang's body, which was riddled with wounds, began to heal rapidly. Half an hour later, Wang Mang could not help but recall the scene of the battle. However, he found it inconceivable. In his memory, was it really him who had fought with the Black Bear Demon King for 2 days and 1 night? Now that he thought about it, Wang Mang could still remember the scene of his battle. He was not weaker than the Black Bear Demon King at all. They were on par. This was also what Wang Mang found inconceivable. He didn't expect himself to be so powerful. Damn! I'm so awesome! It seems that I've underestimated myself. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel proud. At this moment, Wang Mang's thoughts were clear, and he couldn't help but feel proud. Because to be able to fight on par with a 3,600-year-old Demon King, this was simply beyond his expectations. It seemed that he was still very strong. He didn't realize it before. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel a little arrogant. Especially after he had just won a battle, Wang Mang wanted to tell all the monsters about his strength. He wanted to see the awe and worship in these big monsters' eyes. Unfortunately, the audience didn't see how awesome he was at all. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt that there was a fly in the ointment. If this was in front of everyone's eyes, Wang Mang definitely couldn't help but want to enjoy the cheers and screams. Sigh. It seems that I've overestimated the Black Bear Demon King's strength. No. The Black Bear Demon King's strength is only SOSO. This must be because I'm too strong. Sure enough. It's so lonely to be invincible. Speaking of this, Wang Mang felt a little emotional. At the same time, there was a sense of invincibility and loneliness in his tone. I feel that none of these Demon Kings can do anything to me anymore. It seems that I'm really going to be invincible. Sigh. I really want to fight 10 more Demon Kings. I feel that 1 Demon King is not enough for me to fight. Just as Wang Mang was in high spirits and his heart was floating, the system's familiar voice sounded. Detected that the host is full of vigor and wants to fight. The following missions are given to choose from. Mission number 1. Host, please go and defeat the Turtle Demon King and the Stone Demon King. Mission time, obtained upon completion. Mission reward, 6 billion evolution points. Mission number 2. Host, please go and defeat 4 or more Demon Kings. Mission time, obtained upon completion. Mission reward, 8 billion evolution points. Mission number 3. Host, please go and defeat all the Demon Kings in the province. Mission time, obtained upon completion. Mission reward, unknown. Note: the reward is higher than the first and second missions. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was simply stunned. He was just saying it casually. He was just bragging. Why was the system so serious? It really gave him this kind of fighting mission? Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel a little depressed. He felt that fighting wasn't too good. After all, everyone was a demon. They were originally from the same roots, so why be so anxious to kill each other? Moreover, even if Wang Mang was a demon, he was a kind demon. Since the beginning, Wang Mang had always advocated peaceful coexistence and love each other. It was clear that this time's reward mission was truly difficult for him. He really didn't want to make a choice. He really didn't want to fight. But the problem was the mission. The mission had always been there. It was clear that he had to choose one. This made Wang Mang feel an incomparable headache. Since it was a mission selection, then he had to make a choice. Luckily, there was no time limit in these missions. Otherwise, Wang Mang definitely wouldn't accept any missions. Thinking of this, Wang Mang took a deep breath and accepted his fate. Soon after, Wang Mang made his choice and said in his heart, "System, give me mission number 3. In any case, he had to fight anyway. Moreover, there was no time limit, so he could slowly complete it. After all, there was no use in being anxious. Although Wang Mang was very arrogant, he was still very clear in his heart. There was a gap between him and the Stone Demon King and the Turtle Demon King. These two were too ferocious. When they joined forces, they used thunderous means and almost killed the Tree Demon King on the spot. Moreover, if it weren't for these two ferocious guys, Wang Mang might not be able to complete the mission and kill the Tree Demon King. Therefore, after witnessing the strength of these two big guys with his own eyes, Wang Mang knew that compared to them, he was still not strong enough. Fortunately, this mission had no time limit. Otherwise, he really didn't dare to accept it. He was afraid that after failing the battle, he would be directly killed. That would be too much for him to cry. After all, Wang Mang had died once. Therefore, he really cherished his life and was especially afraid of death. However, since he had already accepted it, he could wait until he was strong enough to complete this mission. After thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood became much better. At this moment it was already late. Wang Mang swayed his huge body and left. He didn't know what kind of mountain this was. It should be near his territory. He was too engrossed in the battle with the Black Bear Demon King. From the shore of the reservoir around the mountain, he unknowingly fought here. 10 minutes later, Wang Mang successfully went to the farm and finished eating 10,000 pigs. At the same time, Wang Mang easily obtained 499 million evolution points. After eating the pigs, he went to the shore of the reservoir to take a bath in satisfaction. After taking a bath, Wang Mang once again rushed to his lair cave. That was because Wang Mang really wanted to understand. What the hell was this so-called designated lottery opportunity? After all, he had obtained a random lottery and a beginner lottery opportunity. However, the only thing Wang Mang had never obtained was this so-called designated lottery chance. Therefore, Wang Mang had to understand. What was the meaning of this so-called designated lucky draw? Could it be that there were 9 prizes on a compass, and he could choose one of them? Chapter 131. Could it be that there were 9 prizes on the compass and he could choose one? Thinking of this, Wang Mang became even more curious. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, use the designated lottery chance." In the next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding. Host has successfully used the designated lottery chance. Ding. May I ask which aspect of the compass the host wishes to draw? Choices: most evolution points, most skills, most divine abilities, and most others. After looking at the 4 choices given by the system, Wang Mang was stunned. Could it be that the system meant that he could also choose a lottery compass? Thinking of this, Wang Mang became even more excited. After thinking for a while, he clenched his teeth and said, "Most divine abilities." Yes, Wang Mang chose the lottery compass with more divine abilities. He had enough skills for now. Sometimes, if he was lucky, they would drop. He was not worried about evolution points since the system had rewards. However, he only had 1 divine ability in his possession. It just so happened that divine abilities were much more powerful than skills. Divine abilities. Just by hearing the name, one could tell that they were divine abilities. If he was lucky, he could even obtain a divine ability that defied the heavens. At that time, defeating a goblin king would be nothing. Killing a goblin king would not be a problem. In the next moment, a lottery compass appeared in Wang Mang's mind. What made Wang Mang wild with joy was that most of the 9 prizes on this compass were divine abilities. This was because the 9 prizes were as follows: divine ability, riding the clouds and riding the mist. Divine ability, overturn the river and control the water. Divine ability, body of lightning. Divine ability, clouds and rain. Divine ability, body of flames. Divine ability, earth escape with a thought. Divine ability, thousandly of scarlet earth. Divine ability, move the mountains and fill the seas. 1 free evolution. After looking at the divine abilities, Wang Mang's eyes turned red. The worst one was a free evolution. This was simply a heaven-sent opportunity. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but get excited. Only then did he realize how awesome this designated lottery draw was. He could just draw whatever he wanted. Of the 9 prizes, 8 of them were divine abilities. At the very least, they could evolve once for free. This was simply too satisfying. This was probably Wang Mang's best lottery draw. The prize was much better than any of the previous lucky draws. Under Wang Mang's nervous anticipation, the lucky compass began to spin. 1 minute later, the spinning speed of the fortune compass gradually came to a stop. Then, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host! Obtained 1 free evolution opportunity. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang almost couldn't hold back his tears. What kind of luck did he have? 9 prizes, 8 divine abilities. But he just couldn't get a divine ability. In the end, he drew a free evolution. His luck was simply unparalleled. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt helpless. Forget it. Forget it. So be it if I can evolve once for free. Since he had already drawn it, what else could he do? However, Wang Mang finally understood the benefits of designated lottery draw. Among all the lottery draws, designated lottery draw was definitely the best. If other lucky draws required luck, then this was a lucky draw. Then, designated lottery draw allowed him to directly choose the type he wanted to draw. If there was a chance in the future, he must obtain more designated lottery draw opportunities. Wang Mang muttered to himself in his heart. At this moment, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! Detected that the host can evolve again. Begin evolution? After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang remembered that the prize he had drawn was a free evolution opportunity. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said helplessly, System, begin evolution. The next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Free evolution opportunity successfully used. Beginning evolution. But at this moment, Wang Mang seemed to have thought of something, and his heart sank. He hurriedly said anxiously, "System, don't evolve. Don't." The system's voice sounded again. "Evolution has already begun. The evolution process cannot be stopped, otherwise, unknown danger will be triggered." Then, Wang Mang completely lost consciousness during the evolution process. 2 hours later, the evolution ended. Wang Mang finally woke up. But after waking up, Wang Mang was not happy at all. On the contrary, Wang Mang's mood was crumbling. This was because after using the free evolution opportunity, Wang Mang remembered. He was only less than 200 million evolution points away from evolving. He could have just worked hard for a while and evolved. However, he had used one of his free evolution opportunities. This was a huge loss. Thinking of this, Wang Mang almost cried out like a pig. Damn! How could I forget about this? What a loss! What a loss! Wang Mang could not help but feel sorrowful. This was because if he did not use the free evolution opportunity this time, he would have used it the next time. One free evolution was equivalent to deducting 8 billion evolution points, but he had forgotten that the evolution had already been completed. Although he had a 20% evolution card and 600 million evolution points, he still had a lot of evolution points, but he could not evolve even if he had 200 million more. This was because the evolution points he needed had doubled. It could be said that Wang Mang had neglected this small detail, causing him to suffer a huge loss. Originally, his evolution this time only needed 4 billion evolution points, twofold evolution card plus 800 million evolution points. But he had used the free evolution opportunity. The next evolution would require 8 billion evolution points, twofold evolution card plus 6 billion evolution points. Calculating it this way, Wang Mang had used the free evolution opportunity this time. This meant that he had lost 800 million evolution points. Sigh. A miscalculation. A miscalculation. After being gloomy for a while, Wang Mang finally accepted this fact. He absent-mindedly said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." In the next moment, his personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang type, deep-sea giant python status, limit cultivation, 3,300 years body shape, 63 meters long, 8 meters wide, 36,000 kilograms weight. Combat strength, 36,000 kilograms. Bite force, 94 kilometers per hour. Skills: death coil, corrosive poison, skin camouflage, steel body, super healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast intimidation, wishful shrinking special. Storage space, information detection, 10-fold evolution card, 2-fold evolution card. Divine ability, King's Slavery Shopping Center. Activated luck, 25 evolution points, 616 million/8 billion. Chapter 132. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang nodded to himself. The improvement this time was quite good. Moreover, there seemed to be a pattern to his improvement in all aspects. Every time he evolved, all aspects would improve, except for speed. Now his body size had reached 63 meters. Now, his weight had reached 36 tons. In addition, his bite force had reached 36 tons. It could be seen that Wang Mang's strength had improved considerably. His cultivation had improved very little, only another 100 years. At this moment, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! Detected that the host's current template has reached its limit. Reminder: before the next evolution, the host needs to obtain a better template to evolve. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned for a while. After coming back to his senses, Wang Mang just remembered that his deep-sea python template seemed to be at most 60 meters. But now he had grown to his limit. His personal information showed that his current status was limit. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suddenly realized, but at the same time, he could not help but have a headache. Before the next evolution, he still had to solve the problem of a stronger template. The current deep-sea Python bloodline template could no longer support his evolution. Forget it. The next evolution with the 2% evolution card also required 1.6 billion evolution points. In addition, he still had to solve the template problem. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but have a thought. He had not had the time to look at the so-called shopping mall for a long time. I wonder if there are any good templates in the shopping mall? Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "Open the shopping mall." The next moment, 5 categories in the shopping mall appeared in front of Wang Mang's eyes. Divine Ability Cultivation Method category, a Treasure of Heaven and Earth Elixir category, Auxiliary Enhancement Treasure category, Myriad Worlds / Universe type, Other categories of all worlds, Trash of all realms. After seeing these 5 templates, Wang Mang's eyes could not help but light up. Then, he quickly said in his heart, "Open the Divine Ability Cultivation Method category." The next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Host's authority is insufficient. Ding! Host, open the personal shopping mall template? After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was suddenly dumbfounded. There was also a question of authority? Didn't he already open the shop? Why was there still a need to discuss the issue of authority? Although he was very confused, Wang Mang still said, "Open the merchant shop template." The next moment, his personal information appeared before his eyes. Host, Wang Mang. Authority. Level 1 can open the Myriad Worlds Garbage category, Elementary classification. Transaction record, none at the moment. Current wealth, 616 million evolution points. Marketplace currency, none at the moment. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang was speechless. His authority was only level 1? Moreover, it could only open the Universal Garbage classification Elementary classification? He could only check trash among trash? Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt his face burning. System, why is my authority so small? Wang Mang angrily questioned in his heart. The system's voice sounded, a warm reminder. The host is too weak, so your authority is naturally very low. There's no other way to increase your authority. As long as your strength reaches a certain level, your authority will naturally increase. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang could not help but feel helpless. The system was simply telling him that he had no other way to increase his authority. He could only obtain the system's approval after his strength reached a certain level. Feeling helpless, Wang Mang could only give in. He said in his heart, "System, open the Garbage classification Elementary classification." At the next moment, a vast amount of things appeared in Wang Mang's mind, all sorts of things. In short, there were too many things. He saw too many things. Moreover, the so-called trash was much better than what he had imagined. Not only that, Wang Mang also saw the Elementary Garbage classification Elementary classification. There were 4 big words written, Newcomer Area. Below was a sea of items of all kinds. Item, Heavenly Sword. Level, Mysterious Level Price, 80 Marketplace Coins. Item, Zhu Beiji's Feces Level, Heaven Level Price, 6,800 Marketplace Coins. Item, Golden Bell Cover Level, Mysterious Level Price, 50 Marketplace Coins. Item, Emma Electric Bike Level, Common Level Price, 1 Marketplace Coin. Item, 1 Box of Red Bull Level, Common Level Price, 1 Marketplace Coin. Item, Gatling Gun Level, Common Level Price, 1 Marketplace Coin. Item, White Snake's Original Underwear Level, Heaven Level Price, 5,100 Marketplace Coins. Item, Old Ma's Secret Book of Acting Tough Level, Common Level Price, 1 Marketplace Coin. Item, Phoenix Dance 9 Heavens Dance Song Level, Common Level Price, 1 marketplace coin item, Queen Mother's hairpin level, acquired spiritual treasure price, insufficient authority item, 9 manual level, mysterious level price, 80 marketplace coins. He only gave it a cursory glance. Wang Mang felt a headache coming on. There were simply too many items. There were all kinds of things. There were only things that you could not think of. There was nothing that he did not have. Even Wang Mang saw a lot of martial arts techniques in TV dramas and novels. They were all real. At the same time, Wang Mang also learned about the classification of the items from the system. They were common, mysterious, earth, and heaven. He did not know what was higher. Common level items were made by mortals. Mysterious level meant to break away from mortals. As for the earth level and heaven level, Wang Mang did not know. However, what made Wang Mang speechless was, even Zhu Beiji's poop was a heaven level? Was there something wrong with this? Zhu Beiji's poop was so expensive? Could it be that, if a dog ate it, the dog would become an immortal? However, what Wang Mang did not know was that if a dog ate Zhu Beiji's poop, it might really become an immortal. Because, would an immortal level existence need to poop? Therefore, if that dog was lucky enough to eat Zhu Beiji's poop, it might really become an immortal. Of course, Wang Mang definitely could not afford something that was too expensive. This was because Wang Mang wanted to see if he could find something good. This was because the marketplace coins were too exaggerated. 100 million evolution points equals 1 marketplace coin. To put it bluntly, Wang Mang's net worth only added up to 6 market coins. Immediately, there were all kinds of strange items with ridiculous prices. Even an Emma scooter was worth 1 marketplace coin. Wang Mang seriously suspected that the system felt that it was too troublesome. Therefore, he classified all these trash items as 1 marketplace coin. Thinking about this, Wang Mang simply did not have the strength to curse. However, there were too many things. Who knows, maybe he would have a chance to find something good. This was also the reason why Wang Mang was still searching for these trash items. At this time, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! The host can choose a price range. Would the host like to set it? Hearing this, Wang Mang's eyes lit up and immediately said, Set it! Filter out everything that is above 5 marketplace coins. I can't afford it. In the next moment, the system's voice sounded again. Ding! Filter successful. 5 marketplace coins for all the above items. Chapter 133. In the next moment, following the system's selection, the items that appeared in front of Wang Mang's eyes were once again refreshed. Item: 7 realms level, common level price, 1 city coins. Wait a minute? 7 realms? Could it be a spatial ability? Or something else? After Wang Mang saw the first item, his eyes immediately lit up. However, after the system's explanation, Wang Mang was immediately speechless. It was actually for ladies. No wonder it was so cheap. Even menstrual pads cost 100 million evolution points. System, you're just messing around. After understanding what 7 realms was, Wang Mang simply could not help but ridicule in his heart. Afterwards, Wang Mang helplessly continued to look. Item: 7 wolves men's underwear level, common level price, 1 city coin. Item: castrated spirit awakening pill level, mysterious level price, 2 city coins. Item: inflatable doll level, common level price, 1 city coin. Item: chi gathering powder level, mysterious level price, 2 city coins. Item: small revitalizing pill level, mysterious level price, 2 city coins. Item: aphrodisiac pill level, mysterious level price, 2 city coins. Item: 10-year soul ring level, mysterious level price, 2 city coins. Item: damaged model black demon ox python level, mysterious level price, 5 city coins. Wait a minute. After seeing this, Wang Mang's eyes finally could not help but light up. What did he see? He saw a template. Moreover, the price was only 5 city coins? Thinking about this, Wang Mang began to hesitate. He was afraid that if he bought it, he would not be able to use it. Thinking about this, Wang Mang was at a loss for a while. In the end, he decided to buy it and give it a try. Thinking about this, Wang Mang clenched his teeth and said, "System. Purchase damaged model. Black Demon Ox Python." In the next moment, the system's familiar voice resounded. Ding! Successfully deducted 500 million evolution points. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully purchased Black Demon Ox Python damaged model. Black Demon Ox Python damaged model. Host can evolve to 100 meters. After hearing the system's explanation, Wang Mang was extremely happy. Good. Good. He finally found a good item. If Wang Mang were to obtain or purchase such a template, Wang Mang would not be able to do so. He felt that he would either waste one of his lottery chances or waste a lot of his evolution points. This was because the price of a template would increase with his strength. It would always keep up with the times. Therefore, Wang Mang was very fond of whoring for free if he could. However, he did not know if the Black Demon Ox Python damaged model would have a big effect. However, when he thought about the previous templates, his body did not change much. After thinking about it, Wang Mang did not care anymore. At this time, the system's voice resounded again. Ding! Detected that the host's template has reached its limit. Currently changing template for the host. Ding! Template changed successfully. Congratulations, host. Obtained new template. Black Demon Ox Python. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang nodded his head in satisfaction. Luckily, he did not lose money this time. Thinking about this, Wang Mang could not help but say in his heart, "System, open my personal information." In the next moment, his personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang type, Black Demon Ox Python status, adult cultivation, 3,300 years body shape, 63 meters long, 8 meters wide, 36,000 kilograms weight. Combat strength, 36,000 kilograms. Bite force, 94 kilometers per hour. Skills: Death Coil, Corrosive Poison, Skin Camouflage, Steel Body, Super Healing, Water Breathing, Bloodthirsty Rage, 10,000 Beast Deterrence, Wishful Shrink. Special: Storage Space, Information Detection, 10-fold Evolution Card, 2-fold Evolution Card. Magical Ability: King's Slave Shopping Center. Activated Luck, 25 Evolution Points, 116 million/8 billion. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang could not help but smile bitterly. In order to buy a damaged model, he spent 500 million evolution points. If he needed to evolve now, he could only work hard to do so. Thinking about this, Wang Mang decided that after this evolution, he would complete the reward mission as soon as possible, because he wanted to evolve now. To be honest, relying on the subsistence allowance his father gave him could not keep up with his growth speed. For example, raising 10,000 piglet. Now it was completely useless to him. Even if these 10,000 piglets matured, it would be a drop in the bucket for him. Now that he wanted to evolve, he could only choose to accept the evolution mission, or enter a higher world to eat those strong people. But Wang Mang had not even become the overlord of Earth. This kind of thinking was not very practical. Thus, if Wang Mang wanted to evolve, he had to complete the reward mission. Forget it. After this evolution, I will also start to fight. At this point, Wang Mang began to laze around every day. In the blink of an eye, 2 months passed. In these 2 months, Wang Mang did not receive any reward mission. Thus, in these 2 months, Wang Mang did not evolve again. Yes, 1.6 billion evolution points was so hard to gather. In these 2 months, he relied on eating pigs, living off subsistence allowance every day, earning around 5 million evolution points. On this night, Wang Mang was the same as before. He headed to his own farm. When Wang Mang arrived at the farm, he found out that his father had been waiting for a long time. His father, who he had not seen for a few months, seemed to have gone through the vicissitudes of life. When old man Wang saw his son's huge figure, he put out his cigarette. Old man Wang slowly stood up, looked at his son, and slowly said, "My son has unknowingly grown so big. Good, good." Saying this, old man Wang's face was full of praise. Hearing this, Wang Mang said proudly, "Father, how is it? Your son, I am almost invincible." Hearing his son's boastful words, old man Wang said unhappily, "How old are you?" But saying this, old man Wang was silent for a moment and suddenly said, "After today, no more pigs will be sent to you. Also, son, it is getting harder and harder for you to become stronger. I'm afraid that I won't be able to help you much." Saying this, old man Wang sighed. He clearly knew that Wang Mang needed a huge amount of resources to evolve. Therefore, he really could not help much, let alone him. If Wang Mang continued to evolve, even the richest man in the world would not be able to afford it. This was because 100 million to buy 10,000 pigs could only give Wang Mang about 5 million evolution points, but Wang Mang needed 8 billion evolution points to evolve. It was easy to imagine how much Wang Mang needed to evolve. 100 million equals 10,000 pigs equals 5 million evolution points. 100 million equals 100,000 pigs equals 50 million evolution point. 10 billion equals 1 million pigs equals 500 million evolution point. In other words, if Wang Mang wanted to rely on eating pigs to evolve, he would need to eat around 8 million pigs. 8 million pigs would require at least 80 billion. Therefore, a normal amount of wealth could not help Wang Mang. At this time, old man Wang could not help but helplessly say, "Son, do you know that the price of pork has increased because of you?" Hearing this, Wang Mang froze for a moment and awkwardly said, "Father, it's not that exaggerated, right?" "It's not that exaggerated? The price of pork in this province is at least $5 more expensive than the price of pork in other provinces. Right now, the people in this province are very angry. They curse every day that they can't even afford to eat meat." Seeing that his father was not joking, Wang Mang was speechless. He never thought that the price of pork would increase because of him. Chapter 134. However, when Wang Mang thought about it carefully, it did make sense. He had been eating pigs for the past 2 months. 10,000 pigs a day. It could be imagined that Wang Mang had eaten a lot of pigs. Even if it wasn't a million, it was at least 700,000 to 800,000. Thinking about it this way, it was possible that Wang Mang had eaten pigs and raised the price. At this time, old man Wang spoke again, "Son, you can only rely on yourself to become stronger in the future. You need 80 billion for one evolution now. I can't keep up with your evolution speed even if I work myself to death." Obviously, old man Wang was still very familiar with his son's situation. He would occasionally chat with him and tell him about the recent situation. Hearing his father's complaints, Wang Mang was immediately moved and whispered, "Dad, don't worry. I'll do the evolution myself in the future." After saying that, Wang Mang was even more moved after looking at his father's sparse white hair. His father had nothing to say to him. If it weren't for his fast evolution speed, if he needed too much wealth, he would probably have thought of a way to help him. At this time, after hearing his son's words, old man Wang breathed a sigh of relief. In fact, he didn't want his son to control people and rob them of their wealth. It wasn't that he was benevolent. It was because he wanted to transfer that rich man's wealth last time. He had encountered an unprecedented investigation. If that rich man hadn't been completely mentally controlled by his son, he probably would have been sent to prison. Don't underestimate the power of the country. After all, Why would they transfer all their wealth to you for no reason? And their children and wife would definitely not be willing to do so. Because of this, it was easy to talk about transferring someone's wealth, but it was too troublesome to do it. However, Old Man Wang was already halfway through at that time. He could only brace himself and rob all the wealth. But it was because robbing a rich man's wealth was too troublesome that he didn't continue to mention it to his son. In addition, after Old Man Wang learned that his son needed 8 million pigs for one evolution, he was completely powerless. 8 million pigs. That was at least 80 billion. Next time it would be 160 billion? With such a demand, Old Man Wang really had the heart but was powerless. Old Man Wang nodded and slowly said again, "Son, be careful. I can't interfere in the matters of you demons. After today, I won't have any more pigs for you to eat. Oh right, let's eat those half-fat piglets as well. After all, I've raised it for so long." Hearing that, Wang Mang immediately shook his head and said, "Dad, there's no need. Let's sell these piglets for money. I'll eat that batch of big white pigs later." After hearing his son's words, Old Man Wang nodded. After that, Old Man Wang chatted with Wang Mang for a long time. Wang Mang also told his father what he had seen and heard. When she found out that her son had fought with many demons, she was shocked. Wang Fu couldn't help but worry, but he couldn't dissuade him. According to what his son said, if he wanted to become stronger, he had to keep fighting. Therefore, he couldn't say anything. "All right, Dad, didn't you get 2 secret martial arts manuals last time? Try practicing for a bit. If you need pills or something, I can get you some." Hearing his son's words, Old Man Wang's eyes lit up and he quickly said, "Okay, son, how do you get them?" Hearing that, Wang Mang said awkwardly, "I have my own plans. For example, I can get some big recovery pills and small recovery pills." The reason why Wang Mang was so confident was naturally because he could slowly search through the trash classification, beginner trash section of the system store. These items could still be found. "Okay, I have time to research it. You go eat the pigs first. I'll go back first." Old Man Wang stood up and nodded. "Let me send you back, Dad," Wang Mang said. Old Man Wang didn't refuse. Under Wang Mang's escort, he left the farm and returned to the village. At this point, Wang Mang finally went to eat his last meal. Oh no! It should be called his last meal of pigs. After today, his father wouldn't send him any more pigs. After all, the wealth of a rich person could only last for 2 more months. If he wanted to grow, he could only rely on himself. He wouldn't even be able to survive. It was clear that Wang Mang didn't need Old Man Wang's protection anymore. The current Wang Mang was so big that even his father felt it was inconceivable. Moreover, his father was only a mortal. He would slowly grow old, so he couldn't worry about Wang Mang for his entire life. Wang Mang naturally understood this logic. Thus, after Wang Mang finished eating 10,000 pigs, he obtained 488 million evolution points. After eating the pigs, only then did Wang Mang reluctantly look at the farm. He suddenly felt reluctant. After all, he used to come here to eat every day. However, he might not come again in the future. No matter if it was a deity or a monster. As time passed, they would have feelings for each other. After all, humans weren't plants. How could they be emotionless? Forget it. The path of a strong person is destined to be lonely. After leaving behind these words, Wang Mang went to the bank of the reservoir and took a bath. Then, Wang Mang's huge body lay on the bank of the reservoir, silently looking at the night sky with a full moon. At this moment, Wang Mang's mood was extremely complicated. Especially when he thought about how he would be truly lonely after his parents grew old. Right at this moment, Wang Mang saw a miraculous scene. He saw that the calm water surface suddenly lit up. It was as if there was something incredible at the bottom of the water. After seeing this scene, Wang Mang was simply stunned. In the next moment, Wang Mang saw an old turtle floating to the surface of the water. When the old turtle in the reservoir saw Wang Mang, it immediately shouted excitedly, "King! The geocentric marrow has matured. Please come quickly." "What? The geocentric marrow has matured?" Wang Mang was stunned. Only then did he remember the geocentric marrow in the reservoir. That's right. It had already been a few months. The geocentric marrow had finally matured. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's originally lonely heart finally boiled again. It had been 2 months. He had not evolved for 2 months. It had already been half a year since he turned into a giant python. Although his body had reached 63 meters. However, in these 2 months, it had become harder and harder to obtain evolution point. Now, even the subsistence allowance that he could receive every day was gone. Thus, Wang Mang's heart was extremely disappointed. However, Wang Mang never thought that the geocentric marrow had matured. Moreover, this natural treasure, the geocentric marrow, had actually lit up the entire reservoir, because at this moment, the Huanshan reservoir was simply dazzling. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but become even more excited. In the next moment, Wang Mang's huge body swayed and could not wait to rush into the water. Accompanied by an earth-shattering sound, the originally calm water surface, after Wang Mang rushed into the water, set off a huge wave. Chapter 135. To be honest, if he had not seen such a miraculous scene, Wang Mang would have probably forgotten about the geocentric essence. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't be more excited. This geocentric essence was known as a heavenly treasure. Then it should be able to support his evolution once. Thinking of this, Wang Mang quickly moved his huge body and swam very quickly in the water. Because Wang Mang knew that there was a heavenly treasure in the reservoir, as the king, he had to rush there as soon as possible. Otherwise, the psychic fish in the reservoir would go completely crazy. This was because natural treasures were an irresistible temptation to any demon. The fact that the old turtle immediately came to inform him proved that it was indeed loyal to him. Thus, Wang Mang immediately went to the reservoir after arriving at the western waters. At this moment, the entire reservoir was illuminated, and the main culprit was the geocentric essence in Wang Mang's underwater lair. When Wang Mang arrived at the lair, he was even more shocked when he saw the white light of the geocentric essence on the stone wall. This was because the geocentric pith on the stone walls of the mountain was sparkling and translucent, emitting a refreshing fragrance. Even Wang Mang could not resist this fragrance. The old turtle that was guarding the entrance could not help but look at it. This is the geocentric essence? Wang Mang looked at the underwater lair in shock, and could not help but sigh. Then, Wang Mang could not help but open his mouth and eat the geocentric essence. After swallowing it, Wang Mang felt an indescribable sense of comfort all over his body. At the same time, Wang Mang could feel that after he swallowed the geocentric essence, his body seemed to have changed. At the same time, the system's familiar voice sounded, "Ding! Congratulations to the host for swallowing a geocentric essence. You have gained 1 evolution point." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned. What the hell is this evolution point? Just when Wang Mang was puzzled, the system's voice sounded, "Reminder to the host. Evolution points is the name of an energy body that is higher than evolution points. 1 evolution point is equivalent to 1 million evolution points. The ratio is 1 to 1 million. After hearing the system's explanation, Wang Mang was stunned. In other words, eating the geocentric essence was equivalent to swallowing 1 million evolution points? Damn! This is too exaggerated. Thinking of this, Wang Mang became excited. The entire cave was filled with geocentric essence. Thinking of this, Wang Mang had the urge to laugh out loud. In the next moment, Wang Mang excitedly began to eat the geocentric essence. At the same time, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the host! You have swallowed 3 geocentric essence. You have gained 3 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Swallowed 9 geocentric essence, obtained 9 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Swallowed 18, obtained 18 evolution points. 3 hours later. Wang Mang had already eaten all the geocentric essence in the cave. At the same time, Wang Mang's harvest was also unimaginable. At this moment, in the originally brightly lit cave, most of the geocentric essence had already been eaten by Wang Mang. Some of the geocentric essence had even been eaten by Wang Mang along with the walls. Of course, there were still some leftovers. Thus, after Wang Mang took some, he nodded to Old Turtle and said, "I'll leave the rest to you." Hearing Wang Mang's words, Old Turtle, who had been waiting for a long time, became even more excited. He never thought that he would have the opportunity to eat heavenly treasures. Although Wang Mang had already devoured most of the natural treasures in the lair, he was still able to do so. There were still some left. Thus, after hearing Wang Mang's words, Old Turtle excitedly said, "Many thanks to the king's reward. Old Turtle will definitely do my best for the king until my death." Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction, swayed his huge body, and left the cave. After watching Wang Mang leave, Old Turtle excitedly climbed into Wang Mang's cave and began to eat the leftovers that Wang Mang had eaten. After arriving at the shore of the reservoir, Wang Mang was in a good mood. He was finally going to evolve again. This was because this wave of heavenly treasures had allowed him to gather a huge amount of evolution points. Thus, on the way back to the cave, Wang Mang was in a very good mood. After returning to the cave, Wang Mang took out 2 geocentric essences. When Wang Mang took out the geocentric essences, the little thing that was originally lying down and eating the poisonous snake immediately acted like a dog that had smelled feces. After the little thing's body stiffened, it suddenly raised its head and looked at the 2 geocentric essences in Wang Mang's mouth. After that, the little fellow was so excited that it threw away the spicy strip in its paws and scrambled toward Wang Mang. CSI. The little thing wanted to climb onto Wang Mang's body and snatch the geocentric essences, but Wang Mang's body was too big. Thus, it could only anxiously jump up and down on the spot, waving its claws continuously. Its pair of small eyes stared at the 2 geocentric essences in Wang Mang's mouth from beginning to end, constantly waving at Wang Mang. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang proudly smiled. He knew that any animal would be interested in these heavenly treasures. In reality, this was indeed the case. Previously, when he was in the cave, many psychic big fish had gathered outside. However, Wang Mang was eating in the cave, so no psychic big fish dared to enter. Moreover, Old Turtle was guarding the cave. The facts had indeed proven it. These were true heavenly treasures. It had a great attraction to these animals, especially when they saw the little thing's anxious and exasperated look. Wang Mang couldn't help but feel happy, and he threw the 2 geocentric essences to it. Seeing the geocentric essences thrown over by Wang Mang, the little thing immediately hugged them excitedly and started eating. Moreover, it was simply too fragrant. It was simply much more fragrant than the spicy strips it had eaten in the past. It was as if it had never eaten such a good thing before. Moreover, after eating it, the little thing felt that this thing was even more delicious. It was simply 10,000 times more delicious than its spicy strips. After eating the 2 geocentric essences, Wang Mang saw the little thing stagger and fall to the ground, motionless. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was stunned. Was this little thing stuffed to death by the heavenly treasures? However, after sensing that the little thing was still breathing, Wang Mang ignored it. He hoped that this little thing could be psychic. Otherwise, it would be a waste of his 2 geocentric essences. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was in a good mood, and at the same time, he prepared to begin his own evolution. Therefore, Wang Mang couldn't help but silently say in his heart, "System, begin your evolution. Use two-fold evolution card." The system's familiar voice also sounded frowny-faced. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully used two-fold evolution card. Ding. Congratulations, host. 1.6 billion evolution points have been successfully deducted. Ding. Beginning evolution. Ding. Warm reminder, after this evolution points will be completely replaced by evolution points. Moreover, the system will also make certain adjustments. Hearing this, Wang Mang was surprised and wanted to ask a few more questions. However, in the next moment, he completely lost consciousness in the midst of his evolution. In addition, what Wang Mang didn't know was that after this evolution, he would undergo a huge change. Chapter 136. 2 hours later. Only then did Wang Mang slowly awaken from his evolution. When he woke up, Wang Mang looked at himself. However, Wang Mang was surprised to find that after the evolution, his body had changed a lot. First, it was worth mentioning, he seemed to have a pair of horns on his head. Moreover, the horns were very sharp and pointed forward. It was estimated to be at least 3 meters long. This made Wang Mang very surprised. Was this the difference between the black ox python's template? He, a super giant python, actually grew a pair of bull horns. Other than that, Wang Mang also found that his body had become abnormally thick. Compared to before, his body had grown much thicker and stronger. He was simply much stronger. Of course, Wang Mang did not know how strong he had become. Thinking about this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." In the next moment, his personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang type, black ox python status, peak cultivation, 3,500 years body shape, 66 meters long, 5.8 meters wide, 50,000 kilograms weight, combat strength, 50,000 kilograms bite force, 94 kilometers per hour skills. Death coil, corrosive poison, skin camouflage, steel body, super healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, small wishful special. Storage space, information detection, 10% evolution card, divine ability. King's Slave Shopping Center. Open luck. 25 evolution points. 3,650/10,000 evolution points. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang was simply stunned. He did not expect that after this evolution, his body length did not increase by much. However, his body weight increased by 12,000 kilograms. In other words, he suddenly increased his weight by 14 tons. His bite force also increased to 50 tons. In addition, its weight had reached 50 tons. Thinking about this, Wang Mang was simply shocked. This black ox python's template was so awesome? It directly made his strength undergo a huge change. Even his cultivation had directly increased by 200 years. Thinking about this, Wang Mang was simply in high spirit. Such an increase in strength was very much in line with what he had in mind. This was because he was about to start his own campaign and prepare to defeat all the demon kings in the province. Therefore, the stronger he was, the better it was for Wang Mang. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was in a good mood and slowly moved his huge body. At this moment, Wang Mang saw that the little thing had woken up. At this moment, the little thing was staring at him blankly. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang felt that it was funny and was about to say something. Suddenly, he heard a weak mental ripple. Boss? After hearing this mental wave, Wang Mang looked at this little thing in surprise. He couldn't help but ask, "You're psychic? Can you understand me now?" The little thing hurriedly nodded and said, "Yes. Boss. I can speak now." Seeing this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be surprised. This geocentric marrow was truly amazing. It could actually help animals gain sentience. No wonder there were so many psychic fish in the reservoir. In the past, these psychic fish must have eaten a lot of geocentric marrow. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but ask in his heart, "System, is the main effect of this geocentric marrow to help animals gain sentience?" The system's familiar voice sounded. "Yes, host. This is a psychic treasure. It can help animals gain sentience. It's a good treasure to help animals gain sentience. As long as an animal has some potential, there's hope to gain sentience." Following the system's explanation, only then did Wang Mang come to a realization. No wonder there were so many psychic fish in his reservoir. It turned out that this geocentric marrow was something that could help animals gain sentience. In other words, it could help animals gain sentience. Back then, the giant catfish probably ate this thing and eventually grew into a big demon. At the same time, Wang Mang also learned some information about the heavenly treasures from the system. Some heavenly treasures could only be eaten by animals and monsters, while others could be eaten by humans. For example, ginseng, Chinese knotweed, and Tianshan snow lotus could only be eaten by humans. However, these heavenly treasures were very rare. As for being able to prolong one's life, it was a pipe dream. Unless one ate a big demon-level ginseng, there would be some effect. However, it wouldn't be able to prolong one's life. Moreover, a big demon-level ginseng, which was more than 1,000 years old, would have gained sentience. These heavenly treasures were also plants and monsters. After a long time, they would gain sentience and become sentient. As long as they weren't idiots, these heavenly treasures would turn misfortune into blessings and avoid disasters after becoming sentient. Therefore, there were many rumors among the people. There were even legends about ginseng that could run. After learning some knowledge from the system, Wang Mang felt a little emotional. Yes, when the heavenly treasures reached 1,000 years old, they would have some magical effect. However, these plants that had gained sentience and became sentient were not easy to catch. After lamenting for a while, Wang Mang shrunk his body and left the lair. At this time, Lil Thing couldn't help but ask, Boss, where are you going?" "I'm just looking around. If there's nothing else, you can sleep in the cave. When I'm not around, remember to guard the nest for me." After replying, Wang Mang was in a good mood and shuttled through the forest. However, not long after entering the forest, Wang Mang caught the aura of the Black Mountain King in the air. This surprised Wang Mang. Then, he began to scan his surroundings and followed the aura closer. Finally, after Wang Mang followed the aura, he found a 2-meter-tall black bear in a tall forest. Its body had slowed down. After seeing the black bear, Wang Mang immediately recognized its identity. This guy was the Black Mountain King. However, what surprised Wang Mang was that it also had the ability to shrink. At the same time, after the well-built black bear saw Wang Mang, it was also endlessly shocked. Of course, he also recognized Wang Mang's aura. After all, the two sides had fought for a long time more than 2 months ago. "What are you doing in my territory?" Wang Mang asked in an indifferent tone. "I found a Chinese knotweed king in the neighboring province. Are you interested? The Turtle Demon King and the Stone Demon King have already gone. I thought of you when I found a partner," the Black Bear Demon King said with a bright smile. Hearing this, Wang Mang was a little confused. This guy was so kind? Why didn't he believe it? After all, this guy didn't have such a good relationship with him. After pondering for a long time, Wang Mang finally made a rough guess. This Black Bear Demon King probably didn't have any helpers. However, the Turtle Demon King and the Stone Demon King went together. This guy really couldn't find anyone to help, so he came to him. However, what surprised Wang Mang was that the Chinese Knotweed King really appeared in the neighboring province. The so-called Chinese Knotweed King was definitely a demon king. With the word king, it must have at least 3,000 years of cultivation. To be honest, Wang Mang didn't know how valuable the Chinese Knotweed King was. However, from the reactions of these demon kings, This Chinese knotweed king was definitely a good thing. Just as Wang Mang was thinking, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! Detected Chinese knotweed king in the neighboring province. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Ignore the sudden appearance of the Polygonum multiflorum king. Mission time can be obtained by choosing. Mission reward, 500 evolution points. Mission 2. Participate in the fight for the Chinese knotweed king. Mission time can be obtained by completing. Mission reward, 1000 evolution points. Mission 3. Face the Polygonum multiflorum king and snatch it. Mission time can be obtained by completing. Mission reward, 2000 evolution points. Advanced Blind Box X1 announcement. Dear readers, take a closer look. 1 evolution point equals 1 million evolution points. The ratio of evolution points to evolution points will be calculated according to the above method. Chapter 137. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was sure that the Black Mountain King was not lying. Thinking about this, Wang Mang pondered for a moment and decided to accept the mission. After all, he had to rely on himself to become strong. Once he obtained 2000 evolution points, he would be able to obtain it. He would be one step closer to evolving. Thus, Wang Mang said in his heart, System, I choose Mission 3. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded again. Ding! Host has successfully chosen the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to obtain the reward. After making his choice, Wang Mang looked at the Black Mountain King. At this moment, the Black Mountain King was also looking at Wang Mang, waiting for Wang Mang's reply. Let's work together and get the Knotweed Crow King. How do we split it? Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Mountain King said naturally, Of course it's 64 points. Wang Mang's eyes lit up. I'll take 60 and you'll take 40? Not bad. The Black Mountain King's mouth twitched. He said with a black face, I'll take 60 and you'll take 40. Wang Mang, who was originally in a good mood, became unhappy. What the hell are you thinking? Why should you take 60 and I take 40? The Black Mountain King explained, Of course it's because I'm stronger than you. Bullshit. You're stronger than me? Didn't you run away from me last time? If you're not convinced, we can fight again. After saying this, Wang Mang was eager to try. Now that he had evolved twice, he was itching to give it a try. At the same time, his strength had increased by a lot. He was worried that he would not have an opponent. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Mountain King was speechless. He realized that Wang Mang was the same as him. He had no sense of shame. The Black Mountain King, who had always been shameless, felt that he had found a confidant after seeing Wang Mang. After all, it was rare to see someone as shameless as Wang Mang. However, after he carefully sensed it, he discovered that Wang Mang's aura was much stronger than before. This caused the Black Mountain King to be secretly shocked. How could this fellow's strength increase so quickly? Thinking of this, the Black Mountain King finally relented and said, How about this? Equally split. That's fair enough. Faced with the Black Mountain King's concession, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction and said, Then I'll agree to your request. Wang Mang's words almost made the King of the Black Mountain lose control of himself and attack him again. He realized that he was no match for the Python Demon King in front of him in terms of infuriating others. However, he had no choice but to endure it for the sake of the King of Polygonum multiflorum. As for Wang Mang, the reason why he agreed so easily was mainly because he was jealous of the Polygonum multiflorum King. At the same time, he also wanted to know how many monster kings there were in the province. After all, the Black Bear Monster King definitely knew the situation in the province better than he did. In addition, he had another mission, which was to defeat all the monster kings in the province. Of course, he had to find out more. Let's go. Since we're going to fight for the king of Polygonum Multiflorum, we'd better get going. Monster King Stone and Monster King Turtle have already set off. We can't be too slow, the Black Bear Monster King urged when he saw that Wang Mang did not have any objections. Hearing that, Wang Mang nodded. Then, he moved his body and set off with the Black Mountain King. On the way, Wang Mang could not help but ask about the Monster Kings in the province. In response to Wang Mang's inquiry, the Black Bear Monster King did not think much of it and said, "There should be 9 Monster Kings in the province. You, me, Monster King Stone, Monster King Turtle, and 5 Monster Kings are in the water region. As far as I know, there are 5 Monster Kings in the water region. One of them is a crocodile, and the other is a python demon king, just like you." After hearing this, Wang Mang finally understood the information about the Monster Kings in the province. He did not expect that there would be so many Monster Kings in the province. In addition to the dead Monster King tree, didn't it mean that there were 10 Monster Kings in the province? This simply surprised Wang Mang. He had heard that there were basically 4 or 5 Monster Kings in an ordinary province. At this moment, the Black Bear Monster King clearly saw Wang Mang's confusion and surprise. Therefore, the Black Bear Monster King slowly explained, "This is nothing. There are many Monster Kings in the sea. The place with the most Monster Kings on land is the Daxing Anling area and the Yellow River and Yangtze River. No, there are not only Monster Kings in the Yellow River and Yangtze River, there are even Ghost Kings." Hearing the Black Bear Monster King's words, Wang Mang was immediately surprised. There are Ghost Kings? What kind of Ghost Kings? Could it be that there is really an underworld? Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Monster King shook his head and said, "No, there was no underworld during the Shang dynasty. But it did exist in the past." After hearing the Black Bear Monster King's affirmation, Wang Mang could not help but be curious. "How are you so sure that the underworld definitely exists?" The Black Bear Monster King could not help but say unhappily, "Of course it's because I've seen people from the underworld. You know about ghost soldiers, right? I've seen them. Also, I've dealt with Ghost Kings before. But those Ghost Kings are really very difficult to deal with. They can change between real and virtual, but they don't have physical bodies. They're very difficult to deal with. Especially after the decline of Taoism, these ghosts became even more rampant. They're much more rampant than us demons." After hearing the Black Bear Monster King's words, Wang Mang sighed with emotion. This guy was indeed an existence that had lived for more than 3,000 years. His knowledge was far from what Wang Mang could compare with. At this moment, the Black Bear Monster King, who seemed to have thought of something, suddenly said, "Right. Among these people, there were also very powerful guys. Before I became a Monster King, I heard that there was a very powerful monk. I think he was called something like Grand Desert." After being stunned for a while, Wang Mang could not help but ask, "Grand Desert? The monk you're talking about can't be Patriarch Bodhidharma, right?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Monster King nodded repeatedly and said, Yes, it's that monk. I heard that this monk was originally going to cross the river, but he was stopped by a Flood Dragon King in the river. The Flood Dragon King behind him was killed by this monk in a few moves. This monk is very fierce. At that time, that Flood Dragon King had more than 4,000 years of cultivation. After hearing this, Wang Mang was completely dumbfounded. Could this be the legendary story of Patriarch Bodhidharma crossing the river on a reed? But why was it different from the rumors? Moreover, Wang Mang was certain. This was the monk that the Black Bear Monster King was talking about. He was probably the Patriarch Bodhidharma of Zen Buddhism in history. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but become a little gossipy. He quickly asked, "What happened after that? Did that monk Bodhidharma really become a Buddha?" Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Monster King sneered, "It's not that easy to become an immortal or a Buddha. However, that grand desert monk was really fierce. At that time, many monster kings did not dare to provoke him. I don't know what happened to that monk after that. But many of the older generation of monster kings said that this fierce monk is most likely an earth immortal. Chapter 138. It seemed that many folklore myths and legends weren't all fake. At this moment, after hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh in his heart. He used to think that most of the folk rumors were false or unfounded. But now, after the Black Bear Demon King told him what he had seen and heard, Wang Mang realized that some of the rumors were not groundless. Along the way, Wang Mang also began to chat with the Black Bear Demon King. Because, in fact, both of their speeds were not slow. Not only that, but most importantly, after arriving at the Black Bear Demon King's territory, the Black Bear Demon King actually sent 2 tiger demons and asked Wang Mang to ride with him. It was not until this moment that Wang Mang realized that this was how a demon king worked. These subordinates could be used as fighters and as a means of transportation. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was envious. At the same time, he thought to himself, if I have the chance, I'll also catch a few big demons and use them as my means of transportation. Therefore, Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King, who were riding the tiger demons, could be said to be extremely fast. 5 hours later. Only then did Wang Mang and the Black Mountain King enter the neighboring province. Of course, all of this was thanks to the tiger demons they were riding. Their speed was simply incredible. They ran as if they were flying, which saved Wang Mang and the Black Mountain King half a day's effort. However, after arriving at the neighboring province, Wang Mang realized that the neighboring province was also very ferocious. There were many big demons, and they were extremely powerful. Just Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King alone had encountered many big demons after entering the neighboring province. Of course, because Wang Mang and the Black Mountain King's aura were too terrifying. Along the way, no demons dared to provoke them. At this moment, the Black Mountain King, who was riding the tiger demon, turned his head and said to Wang Mang, "Brother Python, be careful later. The demon kings in this province are not easy to deal with. Not only are they very strong, but they are also old demon kings." After hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, Wang Mang did not care at all. Now that his strength had increased not long ago, he was looking forward to a fight. 2 months ago, he was already on par with the Black Bear Demon King. Now, he was definitely not weaker than the Black Bear Demon King. Because of this, Wang Mang had nothing to worry about. 2 hours later, Wang Mang and the King of the Black Mountain relied on capturing auras. They finally caught up to where the monster kings were. This was a barren forest. At this moment, several monster kings were in the forest, carefully searching for something. When they saw Wang Mang and the Black Mountain King, the demon kings all looked over. At the same time, Wang Mang was also sizing up the demon kings. They were his old acquaintances, Demon King Stone and Demon King Turtle. There was also a Demon King Green Bull and a Demon King Giant Elephant. However, at this moment they were not too big. On the contrary, they were very small, just like Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King. They were completely the size of ordinary animals. However, the terrifying demon chi on them was very obvious. Basically, as long as one felt the demon chi, one could feel how terrifying they were. After seeing the Black Bear Demon King and Wang Mang, the Demon King Turtle and the Demon King Stone nodded at them. As for the Demon King Green Bull and the Demon King Elephant, they both snorted coldly. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang did not even need to guess to know that they were the demon kings of this province. It was normal for the 2 demon kings to not welcome them. At the same time, Wang Mang also nodded slightly as a greeting to the Demon King Stone and the Demon King Turtle. However, the Demon King Stone and the Demon King Turtle looked at Wang Mang in surprise. This was because Wang Mang was a stranger. Back when they were fighting for the ownership of the Flood Dragon King, they had not paid attention to Wang Mang at all. Therefore, they were naturally curious about Wang Mang's arrival. Moreover, they could sense from Wang Mang's aura that Wang Mang was not the new Demon King. At this thought, the Demon King Stone asked with a smile, "Fellow cultivator, which province's Demon King is this?" Before Wang Mang could speak, the Black Bear Demon King said slowly, "You don't have to worry about that, Demon King Stone. Of course, I invited him." After hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, the Demon King Stone sized up Wang Mang for a while before continuing to search the forest with the Demon King Turtle. Seeing this, Wang Mang could not help but ask the Black Bear Demon King, "Is the Knotweed Crow King nearby?" The Black Bear Demon King was also a little uncertain. He said, "I'm not sure. We'll act according to the circumstances later. If we can't find it, then forget it. If they find it, then we'll take action." After hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, Wang Mang was speechless. It turned out that the Black Bear Demon King had only received the news. He was not sure if he could find it, but the Black Bear Demon King was not willing to look for it at all. Instead, he wanted to snatch it. However, this was exactly what Wang Mang wanted. He had originally planned to snatch it, because he might not be able to find it even if he searched. However, this was indeed the case. In the next few days, all the land demon kings of this province came. They also joined the search for the Knotweed Crow King. Therefore, a total of 8 demon kings had gathered in this unknown deep mountain forest. It could be said that all the land demon kings of this province had come. These 4 demon kings were the Giant Elephant Demon King, the Green Bull Demon King, the Tiger Demon King, and the Snow White Fox Demon King. As for the province Wang Mang was in, it was naturally him, the Black Bear Demon King, the Stone Demon King, and the Turtle Demon King. Therefore, in the past few days, under the search of the Demon Kings, there was still no news of the so-called Knotweed Crow King. In the blink of an eye, another 5 days passed. In the past 5 days, Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King still found nothing. The other Demon Kings were still nowhere to be found. "Damn it, I'm not looking anymore. I've been searching for so long, but I still can't find it." At this moment, in a forest, Wang Mang could not help but feel a little impatient. Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Demon King also felt a little helpless. He also wanted to give up. After searching for so long, he still couldn't find even the slightest trace of her. "Let's go. Brother Python, let's not look anymore." At this moment, the Black Bear Demon King sighed and said regretfully. Seeing this, Wang Mang did not say anything, but he was indeed a little impatient. After all, they had been searching for a week, but there was still no sign of it. However, at this moment, Wang Mang felt a refreshing fragrance. This fragrance? Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King subconsciously looked sideways. Then, Wang Mang saw that on a mountain peak in the distance, the Tiger Demon King was crazily chasing after a 2-meter-tall Knotweed Crow King. Not only that, this huge Knotweed Crow King looked like an old man, and it was running at a very fast speed. Chapter 139. What the F***ck? What a huge fleece flower! And it can run? Is this the king of the fleece flower? Seeing the scene in front of him, Wang Mang was stunned. That's unbelievable! A 2-meter-tall fleece flower that can run. To be honest, Wang Mang had never seen such a fleece flower. More importantly, this fleece flower was too good at running. To be honest, it was much faster than Wang Mang. Wang Mang would never be able to catch up with the king of the fleece flower on the ground. In fact, Wang Mang was not the only one who was stunned. The Black Bear Monster King also widened his eyes. Obviously, the king of the fleece flower was running faster than he had imagined. Is this the king of the fleece flower? The Black Bear Monster King was still in disbelief. Wang Mang, on the other hand, completely ignored him. Instead, he activated information detection. The next moment, the fleece flower's information appeared in front of him. Target: King of the Fleece Flower. Cultivation experience, 3,800 years. Level, Monster King. After reading the information, Wang Mang was sure that the Fleece Flower was the king of the Fleece Flower they were looking for. Wang Mang couldn't help but get excited at the thought. Wang Mang saw that the Monster King Stone, the Monster King Turtle, the Monster King Elephant, and the Monster King Green Bull had already rushed up. Let's go! At this moment, Wang Mang shouted angrily and hurriedly chased after him. The Black Bear Monster King also sped up and chased after them. At the same time, the Tiger Monster King, who was chasing after the King of the Fleece Flower, also noticed the situation here. His heart sank and he sped up. However, the King of the Fleece Flower was too fast. Moreover, it could escape into the ground. If he was too impatient, he could easily lose it. However, Wang Mang and the other Monster Kings had already caught up with him. If he didn't catch the King of the Fleece Flower quickly, it would be difficult for him to take it for himself. In fact, it was already very difficult for him to take it for himself. Wang Mang and the Black Bear Demon King had originally intended to snatch it. As for Demon King Stone and Demon King Turtle, they did not plan to return empty-handed. Even Green Bull Demon King and Giant Elephant Demon King from Tiger Demon King's province followed closely behind. After chasing for a long time, the Tiger Demon Monarch finally caught the Knotweed Crow King. However, as soon as he grabbed the Knotweed Crow King, the Stone Demon King, who had already transformed into a huge body, grabbed at the Tiger Demon King. Seeing this, the Tiger Demon King was furious. After he hastily jumped away, his body instantly transformed into an enormous tiger demon that was over 50 meters long. However, after transforming into a massive tiger demon, the Tiger Demon Monarch was abnormally smart. It didn't choose to fight. Instead, it turned around and fled. Obviously, he knew that it was impossible for him to take the Knotweed Flower King for himself. The only way was to get the Knotweed Flower and run away. However, by the time the Tiger Demon King wanted to escape, it was already too late. Therefore, the Azure Bull Demon King and the Elephant Demon King, who had rushed forward, had already blocked the path. The Stone Demon King and the Turtle Demon King had also surrounded the Tiger Demon Monarch from both sides. Even the only escape route was blocked by the Black Bear Demon King and Wang Mang. In just a moment, the Tiger Demon Monarch was surrounded. This also showed that when the Tiger Demon Monarch failed to obtain the Knotweed Flower King, no one was in a hurry. Now that the Tiger Demon Monarch had obtained the Knotweed Flower King, they immediately swarmed over and surrounded the Tiger Demon Monarch. Hand it over, Tiger Demon King. Demon King Tiger, Demon King Stone said calmly. Hearing this, the demon monarchs present all looked at the Tiger Demon Monarch indifferently. Seeing this, the Tiger Demon Monarch said in a deep voice, Elephant Demon King, White Fox Demon King, Green Bull Demon King, don't you think they're an eyesore? The Knotweed Flower King belongs to our province. Even if we want to decide who it belongs to, shouldn't we drive them away first? Hearing the Tiger Demon Monarch's words, the Azure Bull Demon King, the Giant Elephant Demon King, and the White Fox Demon King exchanged glances. Seeing this, Wang Mang did not care. After all, it was impossible to drive them away. Moreover, the Tiger Demon Monarch wanted to drive them away with the 3 demon monarchs of their province. How could it be possible? Even if the 4 of them attacked together, they would not know until they fought. In short, Wang Mang and the others were already here. It was impossible to drive them away just like that. Sure enough, the Turtle Demon King was the first to speak in a gloomy voice. Aren't you all being too open-minded? Don't even think about driving us away. Either the Knotweed Flower King and the Knotweed Flower King will share it, or we'll see who's stronger. The Stone Demon King was even more direct. He looked like he was ready to make a move. The Black Bear Demon King did not say a word. He directly transformed into his huge body. Wang Mang was not surprised in the slightest when he saw this, and he also transformed into his original form. His enormous body was completely revealed. Seeing the actions of Wang Mang and the other demon monarchs, the Green Bull Demon King and the Giant Elephant Demon King both snorted coldly. Then, the Green Bull Demon King transformed into a giant green bull that was more than 50 meters long and 40 meters tall. His pair of horns were almost 10 meters long. Similarly, the Giant Elephant Demon King also transformed into a huge monster that was more than 60 meters long. The White Fox Demon King, who was as white as snow, also transformed into a huge white fox. However, compared to Wang Mang and the other 7 behemoths, this white fox's size was much more elegant and harmonious. For a moment, the vast mountain forest was filled with the smell of gunpowder. "Everyone, please!" At this moment, the Giant Elephant Demon King, who was the largest, stepped forward and stood in front of Wang Mang and the other demon monarchs. Then, the Green Bull Demon King and the White Fox Demon King did the same. Obviously, they had reached some kind of agreement to join forces. "Then let me take you on." At this moment, the Stone Demon King, who had roared angrily, took the lead and rushed towards the Giant Elephant Demon King. There was no other reason. The strongest demon in the opposing province was probably not the Giant Elephant Demon King, but it was close. Similarly, in Wang Mang's opinion, the strongest demon in Wang Mang's province was probably the Stone Demon King. Even the Turtle Demon King and the Bear Demon King were no match for the Stone Demon King. At the same time, Wang Mang did not know if he could defeat the Stone Demon King. Therefore, when he saw the Stone Demon King attack the Giant Elephant Demon King, Wang Mang heaved a sigh of relief. This was because, among the demon monarchs in the opposing province, Wang Mang felt the most pressure from the Giant Elephant Demon King. This was because the Giant Elephant Demon King's body was too huge, and he gave Wang Mang the most pressure. In fact, he gave Wang Mang even more pressure than the Stone Demon King did. Therefore, among the demon monarchs in the opposing province, Wang Mang did not want to face the Giant Elephant Demon King. At the same time, the Giant Elephant Demon King was already fighting the Stone Demon King. Seeing this, the Turtle Demon King pounced on the Green Bull Demon King without hesitation. In an instant, only the Fox Demon King and the Tiger Demon King were left. Similarly, Wang Mang only had the Black Bear Demon King and him left. However, Wang Mang was just about to fight the White Fox Demon King. This was because the White Fox Demon King was the weakest and the easiest to bully. However, at this moment, Wang Mang saw the Black Bear Demon King rushing forward. Moreover, the Black Bear Demon King roared shamelessly, "White Fox Demon King! Hurry up and accept your death!" Seeing this, Wang Mang could not help but curse in his heart, "Black Bear Demon King, this damn bastard! How dare you steal my opponent? Forget it! When I get the Polygonum Flower King, you'll cry." Obviously, Wang Mang had no choice but to fight the Tiger Demon King. However, the Tiger Demon King was definitely the second strongest among the 4 demon monarchs in the opposing province. Chapter 140. Following that, the 6 demon kings had already started fighting, and it was a chaotic battle. Wang Mang naturally swayed his huge body and rushed towards the Tiger Demon King. At the same time, Wang Mang also used information detection. In the next moment, the Tiger Demon King's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Tiger Demon King Cultivation Experience, 3,800 years level, Monster King Superpower. Tiger Roar: Ferocious tiger descends the mountain, copper skin and iron bones. After reading the Tiger Demon King's information, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel serious. This Tiger Demon King was indeed very powerful. His cultivation experience was 300 years higher than Wang Mang's. Even the Black Bear Demon King was 200 years lower than his cultivation experience. At this moment, the Tiger Demon King was also sizing up Wang Mang. At the same time, It felt the terrifying aura on Wang Mang's body and knew that Wang Mang was not an ordinary monster king. Come on. Let me see how powerful you are. At this moment, the Tiger Demon King opened his bloody mouth and said to Wang Mang. Hearing this, Wang Mang didn't waste any time. He swayed his huge body and rushed towards this huge monster. Roar! Roar! After a tiger roar, the Tiger Demon King also leaped and charged towards Wang Mang. Facing Wang Mang's bloody mouth, the Tiger Demon King had no intention of dodging. At this moment, the Tiger Demon King even stretched out his huge tiger paw and slapped Wang Mang's huge snake head, accompanied by a loud noise. Wang Mang's huge snake head was a little dizzy from the slap. At the same time, Wang Mang's huge tail also whipped towards the Tiger Demon King. No matter how fast the Tiger Demon King's reaction speed was, he couldn't dodge this huge tail that was as fierce as the wind. Therefore, Wang Mang's huge tail slapped the Tiger Demon King's face like a whip. The Tiger Demon King was in so much pain that he couldn't help but roar angrily, "You're courting death." At the same time, the Tiger Demon King turned around and pounced on Wang Mang again. Wang Mang wasn't worried at all when faced with the Tiger Demon Monarch charging at him again. This guy was holding the Polygonum Multiflorum King in one hand and still wanted to fight with him. His combat strength was greatly affected. Moreover, even the Tiger Demon King was not affected by the Polygonum Multiflorum King. It was impossible for him to suppress Wang Mang. Back then, Wang Mang's strength was 300 years lower than the Black Bear Demon King's cultivation, but he could still fight the Black Bear Demon King to a standstill. Needless to say now, after Wang Mang evolved, his strength increased greatly. He did not have to worry about Yao Kings threatening his life at all. Of course, there was an exception if they were ganged up on. Wang Mang still felt a little guilty about this, but in a one-on-one fight. To be honest, Wang Mang might not be able to defeat a very powerful Yao King, but the gap between them couldn't be too big. Therefore, in the face of the Tiger Demon King who was charging at him again, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth and spat out corrosive poison at the Tiger Demon King's face. The Tiger Demon King subconsciously stretched out his tiger paw and blocked in front of his face. He was lucky enough to escape the calamity, but Wang Mang's corrosive poison corroded his forelimbs until they turned into pus and blood. This was simply too painful. The Tiger Demon King was furious. He didn't expect Wang Mang to use poison. However, before the exasperated Tiger Demon King could launch a counterattack, he saw Wang Mang open his bloody mouth and pounce on him. Die! The Tiger Demon King roared angrily. His front claws suddenly expanded. The 4-meter-long sharp tiger claws grabbed at Wang Mang's huge head. Clang! 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 The Tiger Demon King's sharp tiger claws didn't easily break through Wang Mang's defense. However, the tiger claws, which were as sharp as knives, also left a huge claw mark on Wang Mang's huge snake head. When the Tiger Demon attacked Wang Mang, he also held the Polygonum Multiflorum King's forelimbs tightly towards the Tiger Demon King and opened his bloody mouth that he had been planning for a long time. Wang Mang's bloody mouth bit the Tiger Demon King's forelimbs fiercely. It was accompanied by the sound of bones breaking. The large amount of corrosive poison in Wang Mang's bloody mouth immediately began to take effect. The Tiger Demon King's forelimbs, which were originally as tough as copper skin and iron bones, were bitten into two by Wang Mang's bloody mouth. Ah! You deserve to die! The Tiger Demon King roared angrily. He looked at half of his forelimbs that had been bitten off in pain. They were dripping with blood, and the wound was so deep that his bones could be seen. Facing the furious Tiger Demon King, Wang Mang didn't care at all. When he saw that he had successfully bitten off half of the Tiger Demon King's forelimbs, Wang Mang couldn't help but be wild with joy. Then, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth, held the Polygonum Multiflorum King in his mouth, turned around, and ran away as fast as he could. He had no intention of fighting seriously at all. Instead, his priority was to snatch the Polygonum Multiflorum King. After seeing Wang Mang escape, the Tiger Demon King was even more furious. He roared angrily, "Damn you! Don't even think about running away!" As he spoke, the Tiger Demon King leaped and chased after Wang Mang. At the same time, on the other battlefields, after seeing Wang Mang escape with the Polygonum Multiflorum King, the 6 Demon Kings, who were still fighting, also stopped tacitly. They chased after Wang Mang in unison. At the same time, Wang Mang, who was holding the Polygonum Multiflorum King in his mouth, was running away crazily. His huge body violently broke many pieces of trees in the process of running away. It could be said that everywhere he passed was a mess. As for why Wang Mang didn't eat the Polygonum Multiflorum King on the spot, this was because if he ate it, he would be finished once he was caught. Therefore, Wang Mang didn't choose to eat the Polygonum Multiflorum King as soon as he snatched it. Instead, he ran away. If eating the Polygonum Multiflorum King was useful, the Tiger Demon King wouldn't have wanted to run away as soon as he snatched it. Because if the Tiger Demon King ate the Polygonum Multiflorum King as soon as he snatched it, it was as if he was forcing the Demon Kings to kill him and divide him up and devour him. Wang Mang certainly understood this logic. Therefore, before he completely got rid of the 6 Demon Kings, Wang Mang wouldn't eat the Polygonum Multiflorum King so easily. In this way, the worst-case scenario was to throw the Polygonum Multiflorum King out so that his life wouldn't be in danger. However, if he ate the Polygonum Multiflorum King now and was caught by the Demon Kings, he would definitely end up in a miserable state. At the same time, Wang Mang, who was running away, didn't know where to go. This was because he wasn't familiar with the terrain of this province. He was like a headless fly. Now, Wang Mang was running away crazily with the Polygonum Multiflorum King in his mouth, trying to get rid of the 7 Demon Kings behind him. In the process of running away, Wang Mang heard the voice of the Black Bear Demon King behind him. "Brother Giant Python, quickly throw it to me." Hearing this, Wang Mang looked back. Only then did he realize that the Black Bear Demon King was so fast. He wasn't slower than the Tiger Demon King at all. On the contrary, the Turtle Demon King, the Elephant Demon King, and the Stone Demon King were the slowest. Seeing Wang Mang turn back and see him, the Black Bear Demon King became even more excited. "Brother Giant Python, you run slower. Give me the Polygonum Multiflorum King first. Don't worry about these annoying guys. Leave them to me. I'll get rid of them. After I escape with the Polygonum Multiflorum King, we'll meet and divide the Polygonum Multiflorum King." After hearing the Black Bear Demon King's words, Wang Mang immediately sneered inwardly. He didn't trust the Black Bear Demon King. This guy was very insidious. He was even more shameless than him. There was no trust between them at all. They were just temporary partners. However, at this moment, Wang Mang, who was looking at the Black Bear Demon King, suddenly thought of a way to escape. After a flash of inspiration, Wang Mang quickly asked in his mind, "System, is there any way to create a fake Polygonum Multiflorum King for me?" Chapter 141. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. "Creating a Polygonum Multiflorum King with the same aura requires 1,000 evolution points. Do you want it?" After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang almost couldn't help but curse out loud. He never thought that the system would take advantage of this opportunity to rob him. After all, he only received 2,000 evolution points after completing the mission of robbing the Polygonum Multiflorum King. Now the system wanted half of his evolution points. However, in order to get rid of the 7 Goblin Kings, Wang Mang thought about it and decided to endure it. It was more important to get rid of the Goblin Kings. With that thought, Wang Mang's heart bled. Understood. In the next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding. Creation successful. Fake Polygonum Multiflorum King has been placed in the host's inventory. Hearing this, Wang Mang's heart skipped a beat. In the next moment, Wang Mang suddenly burst out with unprecedented speed and quickly entered a large patch of forest. In the instant that he pulled away, Wang Mang quickly said in his heart, "Store the Polygonum multiflorum king in the inventory." In the next moment, the Polygonum multiflorum king that Wang Mang spoke of was already stored in the inventory. At the same time, Wang Mang held the fake Polygonum multiflorum king in his mouth that the system had prepared. What made Wang Mang very happy was that the system's fake was very powerful. This fake Polygonum multiflorum king did not struggle wildly. The medicinal fragrance that it emitted was exactly the same as the real thing. Thinking up to this point, Wang Mang's eyes turned, and he heard a commotion behind him. He turned around and saw the Black Bear Goblin King and the Tiger Goblin King. Seeing this, Wang Mang sneered in his heart. Then, Wang Mang did not slow down. As he ran, he turned around and shouted angrily, "Black Bear Goblin King, if you dare to take the Polygonum multiflorum king for yourself, I will kill you." After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Goblin King, who was closest to him, suddenly became excited. From Wang Mang's words, it was obvious that he was going to give the Knotweed Crow King to him. Thinking of this, the Black Bear Monster King couldn't help but laugh. He thought to himself, "Little brother, you're still too young." Of course, on the surface, the Black Bear Demon King vowed solemnly, "Brother Giant Python, you have to believe me. Who are we?" "Brother Giant Python, don't worry and just leave it to me. If I take it all for myself, then I'm a bear." Hearing this, Wang Mang sneered inwardly. He did not believe that this guy would be so honest. However, in order to make use of him, Wang Mang did not expose his hypocritical face. Therefore, Wang Mang said hesitantly, "Brother Black Bear, can I really trust you?" Seeing that Wang Mang was still a little hesitant, the Black Bear Demon King said fiercely, "Brother Python, if I lie to you, let me be struck by lightning." Hearing this, Wang Mang shouted with a firm tone, "All right, you take it. I'll help you stall them later." After that, Wang Mang threw the fake Chinese Knotweed King in his mouth at the Black Bear Demon King. Seeing this, the Black Bear Demon King was overjoyed. They were indeed good brothers. However, when he saw the Tiger Demon King, who had already jumped up to snatch it, the Black Bear Demon King sneered. Then, he jumped dozens of meters high and punched the Tiger Demon King's head in the air, sending the Tiger Demon King flying. At the same time, the Black Bear Demon King easily caught the fake Chinese Knotweed King thrown by Wang Mang. "You reckless thing, you dare to fight with me?" After a smug smile, the Black Bear Demon King shouted at Wang Mang again, "Brother Giant Python, you stall them. I'll wait for you at the old place we agreed on." As soon as he finished speaking, the Black Bear Demon King ran away without looking back. Moreover, his running route was very regular, as if he had already planned his escape route. "Damn it! Black Bear Demon King, I want your life!" The Tiger Demon King, who had climbed up from the ground, roared furiously. At the same time, only Wang Mang and the Tiger Demon King were left in the vast forest. Because the Giant Elephant King, the Green Ox King, the Turtle Demon King, and the White Fox King had already chased after the Black Bear Demon King. When they saw the Black Bear Demon King succeed, they immediately changed their target. At this moment, looking at the Black Bear Demon King who had disappeared, Wang Mang couldn't help but sneer in his heart. The Black Bear Demon King didn't forget to trick him before leaving. Did he and the Black Bear Demon King agree on a place in advance? Of course not. They didn't agree on a place to meet at all. Therefore, the Black Bear Demon King was obviously very confident that he could get rid of these Demon Kings. At the same time, he didn't forget to use Wang Mang to maximize Wang Mang's value. However, Wang Mang really wanted to know. When the Black Bear Demon King found out that the Knotweed Crow King was a fake after he got rid of the Demon Kings with great difficulty, what expression would he have? Just thinking about it, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh gloatingly. After hearing Wang Mang's laughter, the Tiger Demon King, who was already furious, was instantly enraged. Damn you, it's all because of you. If it weren't for you, I would have gotten the Knotweed Crow King. How dare you make fun of me? You really deserve to die. As he spoke, the Tiger Demon King looked at Wang Mang with a ferocious expression. Obviously, he thought that Wang Mang was laughing at him, so he was naturally furious. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang was speechless. Although he could also explain. Wang Mang really didn't want to explain. They were all demon kings, so there was no need to explain. Moreover, after getting rid of the demon kings, he directly threw the blame to the Black Bear Demon King. Wang Mang was in a very good mood. He sneered at the Tiger Demon King and said, "What? If you don't like it, come and fight me. This is outrageous." Faced with Wang Mang's mockery, the Tiger Demon King was furious. This is intolerable. The next moment, he rushed toward Wang Mang. However, he seemed to have thought of something and immediately stopped. If he really continued to fight with Wang Mang, he really wouldn't have a share of the Knotweed Crow King. It would be fine if he fell into the hands of the demon kings from other provinces, but if he fell into the hands of the demon kings from this province, then the demon kings from this province would be reshuffled. Thinking of this, he had to endure Wang Mang's provocation and chase after the Black Bear Demon King. At the same time, the system's familiar voice sounded in his mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Mission successfully completed. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained 2,000 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations to the host. Obtained Advanced Blind Box X1. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was overjoyed. He finally completed the mission. To be honest, this mission was really difficult to complete without the help of the system. Otherwise, Wang Mang wouldn't have endured the pain and lost 1,000 evolution points for nothing. In order to get rid of these demon kings, he had to create a fake Knotweed Crow King. Therefore, the system took the opportunity to take advantage of him. He had no choice but to accept it with tears in his eyes. Fortunately, this mission was completed. He could enjoy the Knotweed Crow King alone. The Knotweed Crow King from the year 3800. It had already become a spirit. Such a Demon King level Knotweed Crow King. If he ate it, how much benefit would he get? Chapter 142. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel excited. Then, Wang Mang swayed his huge body and left the place quickly. He needed to find a place to digest the fruits of his victory. Obviously, he couldn't go back now. Otherwise, if the Monster Kings found out that the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum was fake, if Wang Mang went back, he would probably be ganged up on by a group of Demon Kings. Therefore, Wang Mang couldn't go back to his nest in the territory. He had to find a place to digest the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum, and then go back home. Therefore, Wang Mang spent about 2 hours before the sky turned dark. Finally, he found it in a cave called the Lost Ridge Jungle. After arriving at the cave, Wang Mang took out the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum. The King of the Polygonum Multiflorum was still alive. It struggled crazily in Wang Mang's mouth and begged in fear. "My king, please spare my life. Just leave me my root." Wang Mang was stunned for a while. He didn't expect the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum to beg for mercy. However, Wang Mang wouldn't let it go so easily. Its roots were 1/3 the size of the Polygonum Multiflorum. Because of this, Wang Mang naturally wouldn't give up so easily. In the end, while the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum was screaming, Wang Mang pulled off one of its arms and put it away. Then, Wang Mang swallowed the entire King of the Polygonum Multiflorum into his mouth. However, when Wang Mang swallowed the King of the Polygonum Multiflorum, he immediately felt a burning pain in his body. Damn it! What's going on? Fortunately, the burning pain didn't last for long. Then, it was replaced by an indescribable comfortable feeling. It was a lazy and comfortable feeling. It was as if all the cells in his body were active. At the same time, the system's familiar voice sounded in Wang Mang's mind. Ding! Congratulations, host! You have swallowed the king of the Polygonum multiflorum. You have gained 11,000 evolution points. Ding! Congratulations, host! You have gained 200 years of cultivation experience. Ding! Congratulations, host! You have accumulated enough evolution points to evolve. Do you wish to evolve? After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was elated. He did not expect the Knotweed Crow King to be worth more than 10,000 evolution points. One had to know that Wang Mang had broken off an arm and stored it away. That was equivalent to losing a sixth of his body. However, it was still worth over 10,000 evolution points. He even directly and violently increased his cultivation by 200 years. No wonder these demon kings were so crazy. After all, if the other demon kings obtained the Knotweed Crow King, their strength would definitely rise explosively. For example, if the Tiger Demon King ate this thing, his cultivation would reach 4,000 years. A 4,000-year-old Demon King was definitely much stronger than a 3,000-year-old Demon King. There was no doubt about that. In that case, it was easy to understand why the Monster Kings had mustered so many people to come here. This was because the Knotweed Crow King was too useful. It can increase one's cultivation and strength. How could they not be tempted? Fortunately, he benefited from it in the end. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood brightened. He felt that after this evolution, he could start to sweep away the Monster Kings in the province. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but look forward to it. After he swept away the Monster Kings, he would be fully deserving of the title of Overlord. Moreover, he would be the overlord of a province. Thinking of being able to rule over a province in the future, Wang Mang had an indescribable feeling of excitement. This feeling was like being a local tyrant, free and unfettered as he ruled over a region. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but say in his heart, "System, begin the evolution." Clearly, he could not wait to sweep away the Monster Kings in the province. After this evolution, his strength would definitely be enough to sweep away the Monster Kings. The next moment, the system's familiar voice sounded. Ding! 10,000 evolution points have been successfully deducted. Beginning evolution. After that, Wang Mang once again lost consciousness during the evolution. 2 hours later, Wang Mang had finally completed his evolution. After Su woke up, Wang Mang immediately observed the changes in his body. First of all, what made Wang Mang happy was that the horns on his huge snake head had grown by another section. Now it was 4 meters long. A pair of incomparably sharp horns looked extremely intimidating. Other than that, Wang Mang also discovered that his body had grown by a lot. Of course, as to how strong he had become, Wang Mang still needed to look at the data to know. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." In the next moment, his personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang type, Black Ox Python status, peak cultivation, 3,800 years body, 69 meters long, 1 meters wide, 60,000 kilograms weight. Fighting strength, 60,000 kilograms bite force, 95 kilometers per hour skills. Death coil, corrosive poison, skin camouflage, steel body, super healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrink special. Storage space, information detection, 10% evolution card, Polygonum multiflorum king, advanced blind box X1 divine ability, King's slavery shop, unlocked to luck, 25, unlucky. Evolution points, 5650/20,000. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang could not help but nod his head in satisfaction. This time, his strength had increased the most in terms of his cultivation. From 3,500 years, it had jumped to 3,800 years. Other than that, his body length had reached 69 meters. His body width had increased to 6.1 meters. His weight had increased by even more. It had directly increased by 10 tons. Now, his weight had reached a rare 60 tons. His bite force had also increased to an exaggerated level of 60 tons. The current Wang Mang's strength could be said to have completely caught up to the Goblin King's. His cultivation had already surpassed many Goblin Kings, such as the Black Bear Goblin King. Now, Wang Mang had great confidence that he could fight against the Stone Goblin King and the Giant Elephant King. According to Wang Mang's guess, these two goblins were the strongest Goblin Kings in this province and the surrounding provinces. Now, Wang Mang had full confidence that he could fight against these two Goblin Kings. Thinking up to this point, Wang Mang could be said to be in high spirit. He could finally have no scruples. At least in the surrounding provinces, even among the Goblin Kings on land, he was not afraid of any existence. It could be said that Wang Mang's evolution had truly made him a Goblin King that could dominate a region. At this moment, Wang Mang no longer put the Black Bear Goblin King and the Tiger Goblin King in his eyes. Now, Wang Mang had the confidence to press them to the ground and beat them up. It would be difficult to kill them. After being pleased with himself for a while, Wang Mang suddenly remembered that he had received a high-grade blind box after completing the mission. Thinking up to this point, Wang Mang's eyes could not help but light up. Suddenly, he was moved and thought to himself, why don't I try it? Chapter 143. However, when he saw his luck value, Wang Mang, who was originally eager to give it a try, started to hesitate. He was afraid that he would be unlucky. What if he didn't get anything good? After thinking for a while, Wang Mang finally decided to slow down. Anyway, his strength was enough, and he didn't plan to increase his strength urgently. Thinking of this, Wang Mang gave up on the idea of opening the blind box. In his excitement, Wang Mang shrunk his body and left the nest. At this moment, the sky outside was already dark. Wang Mang, who was shuttling through the forest, wandered for a while, and found that he seemed to be lost. F***ck. What kind of lousy forest is this? I wandered around twice and got lost? For a moment Wang Mang was speechless. But at this moment, Wang Mang suddenly saw a person rushing out of the forest. It was a girl who was dressed fashionably. However, at this moment, her face was full of fear. She was running for her life, as if something was chasing her. Wang Mang was completely dumbfounded. How could there be someone in the depths of the forest? This was what Wang Mang couldn't figure out. However, in the next moment, Wang Mang knew what was chasing her. She saw a red-clothed figure floating in the pitch-black sky, unhurriedly chasing after the girl. This woman with long hair, who was wearing a red dress and whose face couldn't be seen clearly, looked a little strange. But after seeing this scene, Wang Mang was stunned. What kind of ghost was this? To be honest, if he didn't see it, Wang Mang would have thought that he was seeing things. In the next moment, Wang Mang saw that the woman in red floating in the sky had already caught up with the fleeing girl. "Don't come over, don't come over!" Frightened, the girl who fell to the ground miserably screamed in fear. However, no matter how she screamed, the floating red-clothed woman with her hair draped over her head continued to approach her. Then, Wang Mang saw that the floating woman in red used her long hair to wrap around the girl's neck. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang finally confirmed that the floating woman in red was definitely a ghost. Not only that, after the female ghost in red killed the young girl, Wang Mang also saw that the female ghost in red used her long hair to drag out a translucent woman's soul. Then, the female ghost in red dragged the soul and left this place. After the female ghost left, Wang Mang remembered that he forgot to ask for directions. Thinking of this, Wang Mang felt a little helpless, and could only start to wander around nearby again. But after an hour, Wang Mang still didn't walk out. This infuriated Wang Mang. Flustered and exasperated, Wang Mang directly transformed into his original body, revealing his huge body. Not only that, Wang Mang used his body to violently sweep away the entire forest. Wherever he passed, the old trees deep in the mountains were all crushed by Wang Mang. But because of this, Wang Mang really walked out of the forest from before. This made Wang Mang couldn't help but secretly nod his head in satisfaction. It seemed that violence was the easiest way to solve problems. Just as he was about to leave this forest, Wang Mang suddenly saw a huge camping tent not far away. In addition, there were 7 or 8 corpses, which could be said to have died a miserable death. However, Wang Mang didn't poke his nose into other people's business. Instead, he went back the way he came from according to his memory. But when Wang Mang wanted to go back the way he came, he realized that it was a matter of course, because he had already forgotten the way he came. This made Wang Mang very helpless. After wandering around for half a day, he got lost again. Sigh. Sure enough, even if he turned into a giant python, taking care of each other couldn't change the problem of having a bad sense of direction. In desperation, Wang Mang decided to go down the river, wherever he went. Therefore, after seeing a big river in front of him, Wang Mang's huge snake body drilled into the river. In addition, Wang Mang's speed in the river was incomparably fast. This was obviously Wang Mang's advantage. His speed in the water was very fast. But when he crossed a section of water, Wang Mang vaguely felt that something in the water was pulling him. Puzzled and curious, Wang Mang's huge snake head drilled into the water. But when Wang Mang saw the scene in the water, he couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. Looking at it, there were many corpses in the water, crazily dragging Wang Mang's body. However, Wang Mang's body was too huge. These things that looked like water corpses couldn't drag Wang Mang at all. However, this also angered Wang Mang. Damn it, you corpses dare to provoke me? In anger, Wang Mang directly dived into the river, swaying his huge body, and all these water corpses were all smashed into pieces. Some water corpses even dragged Wang Mang's basin-sized snake scales behind him. He directly swung his body, and all these water corpses were flung away. Although he didn't know what these things were. But Wang Mang knew that these things were definitely not things from the Yang realm. However, these water corpses dared to provoke him. They simply didn't know how many eyes Ma Wangya had. How could these water corpses provoke a super demon king like Wang Mang? After tormenting these water corpses for a while, Wang Mang, who felt very bored, continued to move his huge body and hurried on his way. At the same time, these water corpses seemed to know that Wang Mang wasn't someone they could provoke, so they didn't ask for a rebuff. However, this also told Wang Mang that this world wasn't as simple as it seemed. After all, Wang Mang had never seen these water corpses before, but now he did. In the past, Wang Mang had at most heard rumors of water ghosts, but this was the first time he saw these things. This also allowed Wang Mang to gain a lot of experience, knowing that other than demons, there were also ghosts. 5 hours later, Wang Mang finally entered the province. However, Wang Mang was still walking on the water. At the same time, the sky was gradually getting brighter. Obviously, it was already daytime now. Therefore, Wang Mang could only sink into the river that flowed downstream. In the water, Wang Mang also encountered some big psychic fish. However, Wang Mang realized that the number of these big psychic fish couldn't be compared to the number of fish in his reservoir. This also undoubtedly told Wang Mang that the reason why there were so many big psychic fish in his reservoir was indeed because of the geocentric essence. However, at this moment, Wang Mang faintly heard a scream coming from the water surface far away. Out of curiosity, Wang Mang quietly floated his huge snake head above the water surface. Then, Wang Mang saw that at the edge of the lake, there was a girl who fell into the water, as if she was being dragged into the water by something. Seeing this, Wang Mang, who was ready to continue his journey, swam over curiously. Then, Wang Mang saw a wretched man with a translucent body, excitedly dragging the beauty on the shore. Seeing this, Wang Mang was stunned. This was a water ghost? If he didn't observe carefully, he wouldn't have easily seen this thing. Because his body was translucent, it was even harder to see him in the water. Wang Mang also didn't expect that one day, he would bump into a water ghost harming people. What made Wang Mang even more surprised was that the girl looked familiar. After taking a closer look, Wang Mang was stunned. F***ck. Why is it her again? This is too much of a coincidence. Isn't this the girl who peed everywhere last time? Chapter 144. Could this be the legendary, special fate? Wang Mang was speechless. He wanted to help and ignore her, but Wang Mang thought for a while and decided to help. After all, he had seen her but not long ago. Thinking of this, Wang Mang slowly approached. At this time, the wretched man who was excitedly pulling the girl suddenly felt that something was wrong. Why was the water fluctuating so violently? Puzzled, the wretched man looked back and was almost scared to death. He saw that in the water more than 10 meters away, a huge monster was looking at him indifferently. The wretched man was so scared that he subconsciously let go of his hand. At the same time, the girl who was struggling in fear suddenly felt that the hand that was holding her leg in the water let go. She hurriedly climbed to the shore and then looked into the water with a pale face. She could clearly feel that there was something in the water that was grabbing at her. Moreover, the thing that was grabbing her was desperately trying to pull her into the water. Thinking of this, she could not help but burst into tears. She had almost lost her life. This was the first time she encountered such a situation. She was preparing to set up a nest to fish by the water. But as soon as she touched the water, she was pulled down by something. Thinking about it now, she still felt a lingering fear. It must be a water ghost. Thinking of this, Xiao Su packed up her things and ran away in fear. Moreover, she swore that she would not fish in an unfamiliar river at will in the future. It could be said that this experience would be unforgettable for her life. At the same time, at the bottom of the water, Wang Mang looked at the translucent wretched male water ghost and said indifferently, "You're a water ghost?" "I'm a water ghost." The wretched man looked at Wang Mang and nodded in fear. Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction and said righteously, "Then why are you harming people?" Hearing this, the wretched man was speechless. "I'm a water ghost. Isn't it natural for water ghosts to harm people?" Of course, he did not dare to talk to Wang Mang like this. Helpless, the wretched man said bitterly, "My king, you don't know. We water ghosts have our own difficulties too. After becoming a lonely water ghost, I still have to work. If I can't meet the monthly performance, the Ghost King won't let us off. We had no choice but to harm them. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be able to reincarnate. Who would have the heart to harm others?" After hearing the vulgar man's words, Wang Mang was surprised. He asked, "You water ghosts have achievements?" The vulgar man nodded helplessly and said, "Yeah. If the quota is not met, the Ghost King will not let us go." Hearing this, Wang Mang was shocked. This was the first time he had heard that a water ghost had to complete a mission. However, after Wang Mang thought about it, he understood the crux of the matter. These water ghosts were probably like the small demons, under the jurisdiction of a ghost king. Thinking of this, Wang Mang asked curiously, "How many ghost kings are there in this province?" "I don't know. Our king's nickname is Vengeful Spirit of the 9th Generation. But according to the king, he has 4 sworn enemies in this province," the wretched man said honestly. Hearing this, Wang Mang came to a realization. Then, he nodded satisfactorily and said, "All right, next time you harm people, you have to be equal to men and women, okay? You can't just harm girls. Now that the balance between men and women is out of balance, You can't just bully girls to complete your mission. After hearing Wang Mang's lecture, the vulgar man was speechless. However, he still nodded like a chicken pecking rice. I will remember the king's words. Only then did Wang Mang leave in satisfaction. However, on the way back, Wang Mang started to have ideas about ghosts. From Wang Mang's point of view, ghosts were easy to hide in, and their methods were strange. He had to find a way to catch some for his father to use. However, this vulgar water ghost's ability was obviously very ordinary. Wang Mang did not think much of him. 2 hours later, Wang Mang successfully returned to the vicinity of his reservoir. When he reached the shore of the reservoir, there were still many people there. However, no one noticed that Wang Mang had already turned into a mini python. Seeing this, Wang Mang then returned to the lair to take a look with satisfaction. The lair still had not changed. However, when the flat-top bro saw Wang Mang, he quickly came up to greet him. Obviously, after gaining intelligence, this flat-top bro also knew how big the gap between him and Wang Mang was. Fortunately, now he only needed to look after the lair for Wang Mang and make a pendant. After seeing that the lair was in good condition and nothing had happened, Wang Mang then left satisfied. This time, Wang Mang was going to catch a few big monsters for himself. After all, he was now a very powerful monster king. No matter what, he had to catch a few powerful big monsters to serve him. Just like the Black Bear Monster King, he could also have a big monster as a mount when he went out. However, Wang Mang did not know. At this moment, on the other side, in a hidden cave, the Black Bear Monster King looked at the Knotweed King in his hand in high spirits, and could not help but have the urge to laugh to the sky. He spent some time and finally got rid of these Monster Kings. Although he knew that these Monster Kings would not give up and were very likely to wait for him in his territory. Once the Black Bear Monster King stopped worrying, he would not be afraid of these Monster Kings after he ate the Knotweed King. After all, he had 3,600 years of cultivation. Once he ate the Knotweed King, his strength would definitely skyrocket. Thinking of this, the excited Black Bear Monster King immediately threw the Knotweed King into his mouth. Then, the Black Bear Monster King closed his eyes and chewed with a look of enjoyment. But after chewing for a long time, the Black Bear Monster King's face suddenly became a little ugly. He spat out the Knotweed King with a puzzled look. What's going on? Why does this Knotweed King have only a medicinal fragrance but no effect? Do I have to swallow it directly? Thinking of this, the Black Bear Monster King swallowed the Knotweed King into his stomach. But after waiting for a long time, there was still no change. He also did not experience the medicinal effect of the Knotweed King. And as time passed, the Black Bear Monster King's face gradually turned ugly. Finally, the Black Bear Monster King seemed to have thought of something. His face twisted and he roared angrily. You've gone too far. Python Monster King, I'll F***CKU. The Black Bear Monster King was a cunning old fox. He had already guessed that there was something wrong with the Knotweed King. He thought of how he had escaped with the fake Knotweed King and tried his best to shake off the group of Monster Kings. In the end, he got such an outcome. The Black Bear Monster King was so angry that his whole body was trembling. You damned bastard. I treated you like a brother, but you treat me like this. The Black Bear Monster King went completely berserk in his exasperation. He quickly left the cave and charged back angrily. But when he returned to his province, he was blocked by the Monster Kings who had been waiting for a long time. At this moment, the Giant Elephant Monster King, the Stone Monster King, the Turtle Monster King, the Tiger Monster King, and the Fox Monster King had already surrounded the Black Bear Monster King. Hand over the Knotweed King. Black Bear Monster King, don't force us to attack. At this moment, the 6 Monster Kings looked at the Black Bear Monster King coldly. The Black Bear Monster King almost cried when he heard the Monster Kings. Everyone, I really didn't get the Knotweed King. We were all fooled by the python monster king. He threw a fake knotweed king to me. He took the real one away." The monster kings sneered when they heard the black bear monster king's words. Clearly, they did not believe him at all. The giant elephant monster king said coldly, "Then hand over the fake knotweed king. We'll know when we see it." The black bear monster king almost cried when he heard that. He had already eaten the fake one. How could he hand it over? It was only at this moment that the black bear monster king understood what it meant to be unable to defend oneself. Therefore, the black bear monster king also knew that he could not get rid of this blame. He had not gotten any benefits at all. Now, not only did he have to take the blame, but he also had to suffer the most vicious beating. The black bear monster king felt so wronged that he almost cried on the spot. Chapter 145. At this moment, in a forest, Wang Mang's huge body was shuttling through the forest. He was capturing the demonic aura and searching for the big demon's aura. By capturing the aura, Wang Mang could confirm that the big demon in this area was nearby. Thinking of this, Wang Mang revealed his huge body, and his terrifying aura was not restrained at all. At the same time, Wang Mang swept his gaze over the forest and spoke in human language. "Come out. I have already sensed your aura." Just as he finished speaking, Wang Mang heard movement from the bushes in the distance. In the next moment, a huge water buffalo appeared in front of him. This water buffalo was 8 meters tall and 15 meters long. It had a pair of extremely sharp and long horns. "Greetings to my king. May I know why my king is here?" After seeing Wang Mang's huge and terrifying body, the big water buffalo lowered its head obediently. Hearing this, Wang Mang sized it up and said slowly, "Old buffalo, are you willing to follow me?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the water buffalo big demon was stunned. After thinking for a moment, he said hesitantly, "My king, I am under the jurisdiction of the black bear demon king." Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately smiled and said, "It's fine. The black bear demon king and I are good brothers. You can follow me without worry." After hearing Wang Mang's guarantee, the water buffalo big demon was very tactful and said respectfully, "I am willing to follow my king." Wang Mang nodded with satisfaction. Then, under the water buffalo big demon's lead, he took in 2 more big demons. They were a tiger big demon and a rhinoceros big demon. At this point, Wang Mang had 3 more big demons under his command. They were the water buffalo big demon, the tiger big demon, and the rhinoceros big demon. After taking in the 3 big demons, Wang Mang was satisfied and returned home. Not only that, Wang Mang also gave the 3 big demons a mission. The 3 great demons took turns to patrol his territory, and one of them had to stay behind every day to watch over Wang Mang's cave. With regards to Wang Mang's arrangement, the 3 great demons were naturally delighted. Especially when they knew that they were actually the few great demons under Wang Mang's command, they were filled with fighting spirit. Under such circumstances, following a demon monarch meant that the attention they received was incomparable to that of other great demon subordinates. After making arrangements for the 3 great demons, Wang Mang returned to his cave abode with satisfaction. As for why Wang Mang didn't choose to challenge all the demon monarchs in the province now, he didn't know why. The main thing was that Wang Mang wasn't sure if his brother, the Black Bear Demon King, was alright. Was the farce of the King of Knotweed Crows over? With that in mind, Wang Mang sent the Rhinoceros Great Demon to gather information. By the time Wang Mang received the news, it was already 3 days later. However, the news left Wang Mang speechless. The Black Bear Demon King had been besieged by a group of demon monarchs and had almost died. However, the Black Bear Demon King had escaped with serious injuries in the end. Now, the Black Bear Demon King was nowhere to be found. After receiving this news, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh out loud. The Black Bear Demon King had always liked to trick people, and now he had been tricked by him. He probably hated him to death, right? However, Wang Mang didn't care. Now that he had digested the king of knotweed crows, his strength had skyrocketed, and he was ready to wipe out all the demon monarchs in the province. At that moment, Wang Mang heard an angry roar from outside. "Get lost! Get your king out!" Wang Mang stared blankly for a moment before he realized that this voice sounded a little familiar. Damn it! Don't tell me the Black Bear Demon King is here again? Thinking of this, Wang Mang moved his body and came out of the nest. As soon as he came out of the nest, Wang Mang saw the familiar figure of the Black Bear Demon King. At that moment, in the forest ahead, the 2-meter-tall Black Bear Demon King was walking towards him, his body covered in wounds. When he saw Wang Mang, the Black Bear Demon King stopped in his tracks. At the same time, Wang Mang was also very surprised. The Black Bear Demon King was powerful. He had survived being besieged by a group of demon monarchs. It seemed that he had a lot of tricks up his sleeve. After coming back to his senses, Wang Mang took the initiative and roared angrily. "Great! Black Bear Demon King, how dare you take the king of knotweed crows for yourself? I haven't settled the score with you yet. Instead, you've delivered yourself to me." After saying that, Wang Mang was so angry that he was ready to attack, as if he was serious about it. Unfortunately, the Black Bear Demon King still saw through Wang Mang's clumsy acting. Therefore, the Black Bear Demon King glared at him and roared, "Python Demon King, I treat you as a brother, but you treat me like this. You're still playing dumb at a time like this. I treat you as a brother, but you almost caused me to lose my life. Do you have any demonic virtue?" Hearing this, Wang Mang was embarrassed for a while, then said in a casual tone, "Demonic virtue? You have the nerve to talk about me like that? Brother? You didn't forget to trick me before you left, and now you're talking about demonic virtue with me?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Black Bear Demon King, who felt that he was in the wrong, said angrily, "But I'm not as wicked as you, giving me a fake Polygonum multiflorum king. You've caused me so much trouble." Wang Mang said lazily, "Get lost. Treasures of heaven and earth depend on your own means. If there's nothing else, then get lost." Hearing this, the Black Bear Demon King laughed and came to Wang Mang's side. "Brother, don't be like this. I helped you lure away so many demon kings, and let you easily enjoy the Polygonum multiflorum king alone. You have to compensate me, right?" "Compensate you? How?" "I finished eating long ago," Wang Mang said speechlessly. "Are you going to eat the second dish if I poop?" Hearing this, the Black Bear Demon King's heart was bleeding. He gritted his teeth and said, "How about this, you and I kill a demon king together, and you'll treat it as helping me once and compensating me?" Wang Mang's heart skipped a beat, but he didn't care. "Why should I help you when I don't get any benefits? Besides, one demon king isn't enough to split." The Black Bear observed Wang Mang's change and was delighted. "Then why don't Brother Python and Wang Mang work together to kill 2 demon kings? That'll be easy to split." After thinking for a while, Wang Mang said reluctantly, "Okay. But if you don't do your job or have other ideas, don't blame me for being immoral." Hearing this, the Black Bear Demon King vowed solemnly and patted his chest. "Brother Python, you think too much. You and I are as close as brothers. How could I do that? To be honest, even if I got the real Polygonum multiflorum king last time, I would definitely leave half for you. My character is impeccable." Hearing this, Wang Mang was speechless. He had seen shameless people before, but it was rare to see such a shameless person. Although he didn't know what this guy was thinking. This guy wanted to kill a demon king, which was exactly what Wang Mang wanted. He was already prepared to challenge all the demon kings in the province. If he had another helper, he could not only defeat the demon kings. If they worked together, it would be easy to kill the demon kings. That was why Wang Mang agreed to the Black Bear Demon King's suggestion. Seeing that Wang Mang agreed, the Black Bear Demon King said with satisfaction, "Brother, I'm going to heal myself. After I'm healed, we'll go and kill the Demon Kings." With that, the Black Bear Demon King left quickly. Seeing this, Wang Mang sneered in his heart. Although he didn't know what this guy was up to. How could Wang Mang be easily used by him? It just so happened that this guy could be of some use to the task of defeating all the Demon Kings in the province. However, after thinking for a while, Wang Mang decided to increase his strength first. After all, this Black Bear Demon King was very shameless and sinister. He had to be careful. Thinking of this, after returning to the nest, Wang Mang muttered to himself, "Looks like it's time to open the blind box." The next moment, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, open the advanced blind box." At the same time, the system's familiar voice sounded. "Ding! Congratulations, host! Successfully opened the advanced blind box." "Ding! Congratulations, host, you have..." You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.